All right, let's see what they got for us.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the dramatic showdown finals. We have taken 8 of the best players from across the world who have made it through our online qualifiers to now duke it out here to determine who is the champion this year for the inaugural year of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I am Jake Ryan, joined by Ringe to cover all of the incredible action we're about to see, and I wouldn't have it any other way because we have an incredibly stacked roster here and representation from all across the globe. We're going to go take a look at our players right here. The top 8, as you can see, everybody's stoked.
Haha, game breaker, let's go.
We've got Deadliest Spartan, Sirius Sword 24, Drastre Sparking, Cali Remy, Potato 7, Saru, GBG, and Blendian coming up to bat.
Yeah,
Team GBG, let's go.
Dramatic showdown, right? All competing in Sparking Zero in their various qualifying events via their region, and it's been dope to watch them play and kind of just explode the game in general, right?
Oh, yeah.
They've definitely been able to crack it open, find out the different strategies that worked, and of course there's been some patches along the way, but a lot of these players have adapted to such patches. I'm interested in seeing what they bring to the table today, because obviously they're going to be able to pick one of their characters, but also one of their characters is determined via the qualifying event itself.
Exactly. So you can see on the screen here which region has qualified with which player, and I mean the power discrepancy on these can, leave, you to have some questions, because you're like, how is Trunks going to be able to compete against the likes of, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the UI signed Goku, and we have the format to go straight into that, because as you have earned all of these characters here across every single region, you see France, UK, Mexico, US West, Italy, Japan, Spain, and just Germany as well. Like, all these regions across the world have earned these characters, but they have a little bit extra here too. You have a pick from the pool of 40 characters at your disposal. So a lot of favorites that we saw in the online qualifiers. Obviously, there's been some changes here or there, and a lot of power that you can pick from this pool to round out your roster. We got Dr. Wheelo looking menacing down there. I think Ginyu is a great pick in this type of format, because if you have somebody with a high BP character, if you're able to land the body swap, you're gonna feel pretty dang good. You got 2 big characters on your side now, so I think the mix match of your characters here with your preset fighter and your one from the pool is going to be a big proponent of how you succeed in this bracket.
Yeah, I like to see the Dr. Wheelo picks. We've seen that time and time again with the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Dramatic Showdown qualifiers. The characters are just doing massive amounts of work, of course. But the change in December definitely, toned them down a little bit.
Yeah,
Normalized them quite some.
Can't deny that.
Of course, beyond that, I like your choice for the Ginyu, right? Obviously, being able to swap the character is going to be a big proponent for anybody that's going to be rocking the character. But in general, we've seen some characters that have
some water too.
Roshi, excuse me.
Give me some coconut water
throughout the Sparking Zero qualifiers. The androids as well, who also got toned down a bit, right? We saw that they got nerfed when it comes to how much health they can steal. Their health doesn't actually regen anymore. It's more just a meter-based command grab. So all of that stuff is going to be coming into play when it comes to who they're going to choose for their other character besides their qualified preset.
I got Game Breaker God wipe sweeping everybody.
Preset fighters, you do have the opportunity, if you have one of these certain characters, to slap an capsule onto them to give you that little bit of power boost to compete with the rest of the characters on the roster. So as you can see, the item breakdown here, the players are going to be able to pick.
But why do I have to do all that to compete? Just nerf fucking damage. Nerf damage.
Goku from Super Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct Goku, S Brawly, and full power Super Saiyan. So
I'm about to see a lot of cheap shit, a lot of cheap tactics.
Super Saiyan God, I don't think they need an extra boost.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as you can see, their options, they don't get any capsules. Bulma did not show up to help out those two, and I mean that's just how it goes sometimes. So we're gonna see some interesting capsule choices here, which can really play into how these players approach the matchup. And this time, other than the qualifiers, it is actually a double elim the entire way through the bracket. So you do have 2 lives. They qualified in a single elim bracket, and now there is another chance for them if they do end up going to the loser side. So you can see our bracket right here. This is how the players are going to be matched up. The first match of the day, Deadliest Spartan versus Sirius Sword, and then following up, Drastray sparking versus Cali Remy.
Blend, I think the nigga battling Gamebreaker God, he's definitely gonna go 8.
Walk me through the bottom side, Ridge.
Yes, also Potato 726 who qualified with the SS4 Gogeta, going up against Saru 666 who qualified with the Future Trunks, who at the beginning of the game's lifespan was one of the premier characters, being able to nullify a lot of the metagame that players like to play, but since then it's kind of been normalized a little bit. And then of course we got a Super Saiyan Gold Gogeta on the GBG YouTube, who also is one of the premier players, I think one of the favorites coming into this event. He's a premier content creator for the game, going up against Blendian27 on the Super Baby 2, so I'm excited to see that one for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, all of these regions put on an incredible performance. I remember, commentating the action, and Italy was one of my favorite regions to cover, and I mean, we're starting off with that representative here, so I'm curious to see exactly who they put on their roster from that pool of characters, what the strategy is going to be as we load in to our first matchup of the day. It is going to be Deadliest Spartan versus Serious Sword 24. And I mean, Serious Sword was able to qualify with a lot of that step-in tech from Trunks, which is like high execution but high reward to really nullify the Vanish Ward. You're not going to see that anymore, especially because he doesn't have Trunks at his disposal, but it's been taken out of the game.
Yeah.
So I want to see how Serious Sword is adapt, what they've prepared with their character, because there's been a lot of time. You've known what character you've had at your disposal, and you've had time to then optimize.
You had a lot of training. Yeah, a lot of training time. So we should see peak gameplay.
So you're going to see a lot more action. You're not going to have that benefit of trying to stall at your opponent, constantly swap, constantly try to play the battle.
1v1s, man.
It's the battle of hands. You got
it's the battle of hands.
Right, that's what we saw. I was going to say, like, the people that had the early on qualifiers, whether it be Mexico or the other regions like Italy, as you mentioned, they've had the benefit of being able to practice with their qualified character for quite some time, right? So we're going to see that from Deadliest Spartan, who's going to be rocking the Golden Frieza. That's what he qualified with. On the other hand, of course, Serious Sword already bringing the Super Broly to the table. It's going to be interesting to see as we get going in our game one.
Yeah, Serious Sword on the Frieza, Deadliest Spartan.
My bad, I got that mixed up, I see.
We're already seeing they are all in right now. Playing it a little bit patient with the perception. Trying to figure something out.
There might be some technical issues to start us off. Or maybe we're just waiting.
Yeah, we're figuring it out right now. Just make sure everything is working. Getting interrupted on the key charge. You're going to take a full string. Not able to find a break just yet. There's no Vanish timing. No super.
Look at that damage.
And there we go. Now we're in our first Vanish War back to back. Oh my God. Did you see how he's zooming?
Yeah. Man, didn't have the GPS on lock for sure. That was not a straight line whatsoever from Golden Frieza. He got the halo above his head, though. He's seen the afterlife. He's from Golden Frieza. He got the halo above his head, though. He's seen the afterlife. He's trying to show Broly it as well.
Yeah, and had the perfect timing on the skill right there. And now we are in sparking, so it's scary. You're going to take this whole string. Serious Sword has a huge opportunity, and he's not going for the Z-Burst dash here. We found a way out using the revenge counter, just trying to create some space, burn out the rest of that sparking time.
Yeah, try to take the disguise for now, but both players...
What is wrong with my stream?
Making sure it's not going to be free for either side. The Louis Spartan, he tried to get his back, but not going to happen now. Serious Sword out here. Oh, so it was dead Louis Spartan on the Golden Frieza. I was not mistaken.
Got the
hold on, guys.
Here, but now we're going for the tag, just trying to protect the life bar on the S Broly. Deadliest Spartan is also in a pretty bad position on the Frieza. Yeah, the back is getting beat up.
Damn.
Chiropractor Frieza in the building right now. Oh, and again, the counters coming out left and right, making sure Bardock gains no ground.
And I like that we're seeing the Bardock as well, another character represented really well in the qualifiers, just, low cost, high utility, has that instant spark capability.
Precisely, right? That's what we're going to see a lot of today. Like, the characters that they actually get to choose are definitely going to have that instant spark ability where they can sacrifice 3 to 4 points to get the sparking bolt.
Super counter.
Oh my goodness, this Golden Frieza, he bleeding, bro.
And the Saiyan Surfer, the Frieza Slammer. I mean, this is the movie accurate matchup right here, and going straight into the Ginyu. Like I said, I expected to see the Ginyu because of the body swap potential, but he got scooped up again. The most violent throw in all of Dragon Ball history.
The giant swing, brother. Claudio would be proud, I'll say that much. Oh, he actually gets to the sparking, but Deadliest Spartan's still getting pieced up.
mean, this is what you want as Ginyu, right? Especially going for the body swap. You're okay to get as low as possible as long as you find the opportunity. But
Broly is
Sword might not
beating
get a chance to
him the
fight back.
fuck
He's
up.
getting completely battered. Ankles broken with the giant swing. And now you're one combo away, but he has a little bit left. If he connects this, he's going to take the body. Oh, it's all up to timing. Can you counter? He finds a way out.
Yeah, I was
shit.
gonna say this was definitely the prime time.
Oh,
to
nice,
start.
nice, nice.
Great defense from Serious Sword.
That was nice.
Going for the perception, trying to find a way out, but not getting the timing correct. Now a Ki Blast loop, the revenge counter, and it takes
You got to gain you out.
nobody to be
Serious
stopped.
Sword is cooking.
Down for Dead Louis Spartan. Serious Sword, like I said, was one of my favorites to go far in this bracket because his region was just so dang strong.
Yeah,
I think there was like a 19 super counter in a row from this guy.
I was gonna say this is the Italian region.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredibly strong showing during the qualifiers. They look like one of the farthest along regions for having one of the earliest qualifiers as well. Yeah, but these players, then Louis Spartan, he's trying to hold on to this Golden Frieza by any means necessary. He's got the back as well. Oh, but the shots ain't deep enough.
And it's the instant sparking that comes out from Serious Sword, utilizing all those skill points. And Dead Louis Spartan
Nice.
is taken down by
Nice.
the Ki Blast. That's a first game for Serious Sword.
Serious Sword. Serious Sword. I feel like it's gonna be Serious Sword again. Breaker God at the
that
end.
much better, that much more effective. It just made it so hard for Deadly Spartan to really, leave a mark on Serious Sword squad. And Frieza was bleeding. He didn't recover damn near anything.
That one Frieza was a bite in from start to finish right there. And we didn't even get to see the instant spark from Bardock, right? He was just handling business outright. It was definitely impressive showing so far.
Put them hands on
Yeah,
them.
that's the thing, right? These is only going to be 2 characters per team. Obviously, they're going to have some health bonuses via the items and whatnot. But beyond that, it's definitely going to be some quick matches because in addition to only having 2 characters, one of the changes that Sparking Zero had, I believe in the December patch, was that when you tag a player out or when you tag one of your teammates out, you don't actually build back as much life as you did previously during launch. So because of that, you gotta be extra careful with how you manage each and every character's health bar.
Yeah, so you have less characters to really swap out and cycle. You've got less health that you're able to regen. And it becomes, that battle of attrition becomes that much harder. You have to be so cognizant of your character health. And we did get to see the Golden Frieza utilize the Wild Sense a little bit, which gave him some outs on those Vanish Wars and once the pressure got started. But we didn't get to see the instant sparking from Golden Frieza either. And like you said, the only time instant sparking came out from Bardock was when there was like a pixel of health, like only a quarter of bar.
Yeah.
It was kind of already over. It's like you can't really take this chip damage from the Ki Blast, so Godspeed, brother.
Yeah, 100%. It wasn't really a significant moment, but you're right. It did end up happening, so we'll see if the Bardock instant spark ends up rearing its head in this set.
Dude, I also love for the fact that the character interactions that you see between these two, he's trying to bargain with the likes of Broly. He's like, please,
Hey, Frieza
please,
cooking
you're
up.
supposed to beat the Saiyans. I'm your boy, like just like the movie.
He said we should be tag team and not fighting each other,
Yeah,
but
we're not supposed to be enemies. We're friends. I've been your guy forever. I love the Saiyans.
The commentary is
he wouldn't
hard.
be though. And then Louis Spartan already catching hands from the Super Broly out the jump.
And I love this movement here too. You see
that
Serious
was nice.
Sword just like really goading Deadly Spartan, not giving him like the direct path. You haven't seen really the Z burst dash just because of the cost of it, but another way to get out. You see the Wild Sense work out, and there's a lot of skill gauge on the side of Deadly Spartan.
My goodness, yeah, you were just catching his back constantly right there. And then Louis gonna go into the sparking mode.
When he tags out, I like this as well. Bardock is a huge damage sponge, and you're going to start to be able to build up that instant sparking of your own and really buy that time. Even if you take a big lick of damage from Golden Frieza, you're not in the worst position, and the keep away game is successful.
Yeah, 100%, man. And then Louis Spartan, he's trying to find as much work as possible on this Golden Frieza before he tags out. But Serious Swords, Bardock looking very serious right now.
Yep, and we're at the wall here. Another revenge counter comes out from Deadliest Spartan. That skill gauge just evaporating.
I still got
First
Serious
points
Sword
get
taking
caught,
it.
Gets spent for that instant sparking, and that's another one of the changes, right? Now they cost more. It's a lot bigger of a resource to commit to, and if your opponent can run away successfly, you get to such a deficit because
my
look at Frieza's life
God.
again. Almost at 1 health bar. Serious Sword is running rampant, and the Sonic Swag Sway, Italy, the Italian stallion, is running on all cylinders.
And that's what we saw from Italy so many times, right? Whether it be the Sonic Sway, whether it be the super counters, whether it be the perception usage, all of that was super on deck for them. As Serious Sword looking at take this Golden Frieza into the grave and does exactly that.
Took fate into his own hands, even though he was getting beat up pretty bad in that position against Deadliest Spartan. He wasn't able to leave a lasting impact, and now in Sparking, you're going to see Rakim run away as much as he can. Another character that we saw so much in the qualifiers just because he is a beefy fella. He's got so much dang health. Look at this extension. 10k damage, 11k. Does the ultimate connect? Scream on him. This is so much damage if it hits.
Straight up.
And it does!
He does. That's a whole lot far down on the side of Rakum, and you still eat damage afterwards. Like, yeah.
26k, and that is only 2 life bars left. Now Serious Sword is working on building up that next instant sparking for Bardock. Willing to just play this time. It's going to be a lot of damage on him here. Now you get the buff up.
And Rakum is tattered. Yeah, he's got his defense up a little bit. He could have used that before the super came.
Look at the movement. See that, dude? He just zoomed right on down. He completely completes the circuit, finds the back, but not able to get a key blast loop going. Again, dude. Serious Sword?
Look at this, bro. He just wants that back. His movement has been immaculate so far, but we finally get the Sonic Sway out. And Louis Spartan hanging off for dear life, bro. It's not going to happen. He said, oh, this is my favorite position. Oh, never mind. Louis Spartan actually able to interrupt that.
And the way that he is creating and maintaining this space, he's so slippery. He's untouchable. He's been able to consistently find the back so many times and create this situation. He went for the taunt mid-combo. Unbelievable. Serious Sword has to sneak into BM, has to sneak in that last hit, and it is a clean finish. The Bardock looks untouchable, and Italy comes out on top. Serious Sword was my favorite to go far in this bracket.
Okay.
That is a statement game. It's like you didn't get to utilize any of the strengths of Golden Frieza, and your 2 pool picks were ineffective. Like that was a masterclass. Oh, man.
Yeah, 100% just ran him over right there and trying to fit in the taunt in between. You ever seen a frame kill with a taunt, Jake Riot? That's some new stuff right there. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Dramatic Showdown. We out here, and as you mentioned, Italy was one of the premier regions that we saw during the qualifiers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in terms of how advanced they were, how quickly, it seemed like they were ahead of a lot of other regions. And Serious Sword has kept up that practice, has implemented the new adjustments that he needs to it. I mean, man's looking serious out here. And yeah, you can see that Louis Spartan kind of falling back on the Rakum, but as you mentioned, Rakum is very much a value pick in the standard way you play Sparking Zero online, right? He's very low cost. He's got a lot of high health for him. But in this instance where you're only picking 2 characters, you're getting items to buff up the health. I don't know how good Rakum is in this situation.
Yeah, and like ineffective utilization too. He never got to instant spark, and we're going to get to see the bracket here now. So we have seen Serious Sword 24 move on to the semifinals here. That Brawly was cooking in. The Bardock in the back is always one to be relied upon, and we saw you know, just incredible performances of him qualifying and getting to this position. You know, we still will get to see Deadliest Spartan a little bit later in losers. They'll be awaiting their opponent, but again, resounding performance there from the Brawly. And the comfortability, because he didn't play that character in the qualifiers, and it looked like it was right at home.
Yeah, man.
And now, this next match that we have coming, yeah, like I said, we see Deadliest Spartan waiting for that gruesome losers bracket. The Sharks are on their way. The next match, you know, Drastre Sparking versus Cali Remy is going to be great. France versus Japan.
Yeah, exactly. 2 of the premier regions when it comes to Dragon Ball gaming. Straight up, if you're a follower of fighters, you know 2 premier regions in this game. 2 of the most fanatic when it comes to Dragon Ball IP. So it's going to be a great one as well. Again, what's the Drastre? Sparking, yeah, going to be representing France, right? That's going to be a sick one. And Cali Remy, honestly, Japan was one of the regions I enjoyed watching the most. Like, they really brought their own unique flair and flavor to the Sparking Zero qualifier. So it's going to be interesting seeing these 2 regions clash.
Yeah, and you're going to see the UI Goku and Gotenks represented. And I believe it's the UI Goku sign, so you're not in the full power version just yet. So you still have access to, I believe, one of the items. So you can slap that onto the UI Goku. And, I mean, you still have the ability to power up, right?
Yeah.
Like, that becomes that much more threatening because UI Goku is so dang strong. And you didn't really get to see him in a lot of the qualifiers because it just limited your ability to add more characters. It wasn't the meta at the time. But now, when everything has changed, it's like, okay, he's back. Like this guy
Exactly.
is potent, and it's going to be really difficult to fight. Gotank's still an incredible character in his own right, has had the unblockable as well, so you have to be looking out for that. Your timing has to be great on your vanishes, and I want to see whoever can get momentum first, because that was a quick match. I don't think we're getting any timeouts today.
Yeah,
I'm stoked.
100%, and that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to with this dramatic showdown finale is the fact that there's not going to be a lot of the strats where it's like I'm putting as many characters, switching out constantly, right?
The
trying to
boys.
really, yeah, exactly.
Adele, get in there.
Yeah. That's not what's happening today. We're going to have the qualified character that the region qualified with, in addition to one of the 40 characters you saw choosable, selectable, I should say, into the match itself. So it's going to be a lot of hard hitting, a lot of trying to get into the opponent's face and just make sure their life bar depletes before yours.
Exactly, and it's going to be so great, and it's going to come down to all the reaction checks. We didn't see a lot of super counters. We did get to actually see it out of Serious Sword. There was a couple moments where it felt like Deadly Spartan was able to finally get some momentum, and he's like, nah, dude, I got the reactions. I'm pretty sick like that. Let's shut this down. We're not going to play that game, and it just wasn't answered in turn. So hopefully we get to see that same level from Drastray, Sparking, and Cali Remy, because French is an incredibly strong region.
You got the
I'm
card?
curious of the tech that Drastray Sparking has been able to put
Dick.
together, because
You got the
their
card?
reactions were also top-notch, top tier. It's going to be a treat to see. But yeah, like you said, Japan, they're a little different. Like their region, I think, was the most different compared to every other region.
100%, man. It was really cool to actually call that region itself. Like, we just got to see a different flair, a different flavor of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero coming out of that region, right? Definitely being able to take their own unique stance on this, and you can see how Cali Remy is going to try to represent that flair here in the Dramatic Showdown finale. Again, all of them are starting in winner's side, so that's a good look, right? They're going to have 2 lives each to try to get this done, and Cali Remy obviously going to be looking to advance in the winner's side. Everybody doesn't want to sacrifice their life until they most definitely have to, so it's going to be interesting to see these 2 titans when it comes to Dragon Ball regions duke it out in Sparking Zero.
I kind of like the format for this event too, because once we get to the loser side, it's straight up Dragon Ball rules. Like, you die once, Shenron brings you back, you get 1 shot. It's the original. Purunga ain't around. Like, we got to make sure we're relying on our boy Shenron, right? He's helping us out, trying to unlock the characters, saying hi to everybody at home. Like, you're here, you earned it. It's incredible. We're getting ready.
That's one thing that's really cool about the Dramatic Showdown and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, right? Is because we obviously had the Dragon Ball Fighters top 8 earlier, and a lot of those players are used to being in the spotlight when it comes to fighting game tournaments and fighting game streams, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think Legendary Muffin was talking about how this is the first time he's flown anywhere. So obviously not everybody is accustomed to this, but the players that we saw, Hakari, Inzamado, etc., definitely have been sowing their wild oats around the world, have gotten a lot of global exposure. These players, not so much, right? Sparking Zero isn't on that tip that Dragon Ball Fighters is. So getting to see these players be in an international stage, flown out to California to compete for the game that they've been grinding for, it's dope, man. They might catch a bug and get into other fighting games as well.
Exactly. It's the opportunity of a lifetime that should be celebrated, and it's what makes this IP in this game so great for these competitors. The fact that they have this stage to show what they prepared, what they've been working on, and their regional style, their regional flair. And I mean, everybody here has absolutely earned their spot, and I'm stoked to see them really shine and show us what the future of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is, especially after we've had adjustments. I mean, there's DLC on the horizon. We already have seen a couple things for Daima. Like, I want to see what else is in store, right? Because Dragon Ball is never stopping. It is eternal, right? He's called the Eternal Dragon for a reason.
100%, and we've already seen I was going to say pun unintended, but it kind of is intended because I realized before saying it. But we've seen some dramatic changes in the gameplay already, right? Being able to lessen the health regen from when you get tagged out. And just in general, a lot of the things that were extremely powerful upon launch in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero have been toned down and normalized to make sure that the playing field is a bit more even than when the game launched. So a lot of these players have had to adjust their strats, have had to adjust their lineups to make sure that they're still at optimal performance for something like this, the Dramatic Showdown in an offline environment. It's going to be different from anything they've experienced before.
Yeah, and I mean, that's where you really can see these players shine or crumble under the pressure. It's a mark of a true competitor, and having this be your first opportunity, your first foray into the offline environment, it's got to be something that you don't want to waste the chance, right?
Yeah, 100% right. So again, Drashtray sparking on the left, the French representative going up against Cali Remy, the Japan representative. Over on the right side is going to be very interesting, making sure that all of our technical issues are sorted and talking to the TOs and whatnot to make sure we get optimal games here for the
What's
Dramatic
good,
Showdown.
Demetrius?
That's what we all want, of course. No matter what the game is, we all want players playing at their most optimal, so making sure that's going to be taken care of before actually launching into the game proper.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how the the
Juice.
skills are utilized too here, because you have paralysis,
Feel like a
you
healthy
have
Juice,
the
though.
ability, like the stats buff as well. So a lot to think about as we go into it. And we're going straight into the game here. Gotenks versus UI Sign, and you can see the health differential here, which is why UI Sign is such a strong opponent.
He's not UI Sign, though.
Again, look at the movement trying to meander his way around the key blast, but the super counter immediately coming out. Uh-oh. Oh, again? Yeah.
Man, Gotenks be
Here we
talking
go,
that
Gotenks
smack. He a
cooking.
young bull, right? So he's not afraid to disrespect his elders, telling them stupid and all that, but of course, immediately countering that process. And I love the movement coming out as well from Cali Remy.
Yeah. Oh, and the Sonic Sway immediately from Cali Remy as well has already, deleted the life advantage that you typically expect. And there is Raccoon. Big ol' reliable. My man's got instant spark. He's got all the health in the world. You're about to take the instant sparking
shit.
and the full buff from UI Sign Goku. You are in trouble if he's able to land this full combo. And that's why you just see Cali Remy trying to block it out, utilizing the revenge counter, doesn't want to entertain any of this sparking pressure.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to gather himself some breathing room, just time out the sparking by any means necessary right there, and does so successfully. So at least he gets out of the range of, getting supered or anything like that.
Oh, and the ankles have been broken back to back.
Nice.
Get a little bit more key in the tank.
Oh, my man, swivel them hips, swivel them hips. Ooh, Snoo Day style. We got into the sparking as well. He's trying to come for his neck.
That's right, chasing him down now. It's the Raccoon on Raccoon trying to find an opportunity to utilize the ultimate, but the ankles have been broken, and now
That grand
Nice.
slash, that low, right? You gotta definitely.
Nice.
That's exactly the grand slash.
They
flow
fighting,
into
they
the
fighting.
ultimate blast. You're gonna have to hold this, bruh.
And nobody's playing cheap. Oh, it looks so
Mad
good.
damage here. Great pickup from Cali Remy to establish the life lead and immediately going back to the Gotenks, trying to put a little bit more hurt on, especially because Gotenks has that extra skills. And you
Nice.
might be able to go for a paralysis here, but the super counter gets you right out of that poor situation. Tags into the UI Goku, about to be in sparking of his own. Oh, no.
Oh, but that's just sparking and the sparking of UI, bro.
Woo! Gotenks is cooking. Cali Remy is cooking.
Best believe, give me some room right here. He's going to try to keep applying this pressure. He wants to make the most happen while in sparking mode, but Cali Remy's doing a great job evading upon evading.
Yeah, evade in square formation. Got to make sure that the shapes are in check.
Did you say evasion squared? That's how it is, brother. He's got double evasion skills. Most definitely, that's what it's looking like from Cali Remy right now. He's got 4 skill points as well. He wants to start popping off, but
No way.
Oh,
No way.
Key blast is gonna back the shots. They fierce.
Boom, boom, it's doing it again. That was 12K off the top. We're gonna see another almost 12K, and it hits again. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Oh my God.
That's canon as hell.
And the super counter Gotenks. You both my children as far as I'm concerned. You ain't gonna do nothing to UI Goku.
You're about to get sunned. And right now, Cali Remy, with almost only 1 life bar left, going back to the Raccoon, trying to stabilize,
He's
trying to stay
spamming that
damage,
shit,
get a
bro.
little
I
bit
knew he
more
was
in
gonna
the
do.
tank.
This nigga's
And it is looking good.
corny.
Wiggle, wiggle once again from Raccoon, but the instant spark comes through. The Sonic Sways have been 3 for 3. It is Cali Remy really showing some consistency on defense.
I really like this, right? It's what you come to expect out of Japan as a region in general. Always fundamentally solid, and of course,
Again,
Yo, fucking Cali
been
Remy is
super
cooking,
on
bro.
point, to say the least.
Yeah, and
Come
not able
on.
to get all the super counter timings down. So you see a couple back-to-back. And it's so hard to get that timing every single time, especially with the changes to Vanish. It gets faster and faster and faster, so your timing has to be even more precise, which is what players wanted. You want it to become more difficult. You don't want it to be monotonous. And, I mean, you're seeing players get punished for that now. Cali Remy in a dangerous position. Gotenks is bleeding.
Man, Cali Remy definitely getting knocked
Nigga keep going
across the face
sparking
right now, but the UI
mode,
Goku
bro.
is in sparking as well. You gotta be careful. He's going to have the Ultimate Blast at the ready if he so chooses. And with the health remaining on Gotenks, that is in the grave if it connects. Right now, he's immediately able to counter. Just want to keep eating this damage, but I mean, Drastic sparking. He's just staying like a bulldog right now, trying to stay in his face. Gotenks is down 6 feet under.
The Chiquita Bananas have been killed.
No.
They're done for. Shout outs to Yipes. And now, Drastray gets the sparking. Once again, not the instant sparking this time around, so you're not going to see all the buffs here.
I know Yipes would appreciate a call out for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100% right here.
And now, just trying to create that space, doesn't want to deal with the sparking. Kali Remy, if he takes a full combo from Drastray, you're dead. Like, you have to utilize your revenge counter to get out of this situation, but the super counters coming in clutch so far, but only one is not going to be enough. He's bleeding. He's falling apart. Help!
Help, man, please. 911 on speed dial right now. Because Drastic sparking is just all over Kali Remy. Close to closing it out as well. Oh, and the key blast back shots to take the first game.
Yeah, and it was just so much damage that UI Goku is able to output in that position. Dude hits the back pose too. Put the symbol.
Ooh, pardon my back though. Shout outs Killer Season. You already know.
But yeah. Great first showing from Drastray sparking, just yielding so many damage off those situations, creating that that back turn situation after the giant swing, the grand slash so consistently.
He know what the fuck he did. He know that's why he laughing. He know just what he did, bro. That's crazy.
On the evasion from both sides.
He know he just did that corny shit.
Really great performance.
He know that's why that nigga is laughing, bro.
Never got to see the stat buff or the paralysis put on display. All of it was used defensively, right? So.
Yeah, most definitely the skill points in that instance were definitely used to try to just stay alive as long as possible, right? Both players very confident in their offense, but once somebody got rolling, got snowballing, it really didn't stop. It ended up kind of gaining into an avalanche, and that's what we saw on the side of Drastic sparking. Going up against Kali Remy, we saw some good evasion from Kali Remy in the beginning, right? Being able to save his characters, get the tag outs and whatnot. But as we mentioned, there's been patches in the game that has reduced the amount of health you regen while tagged out. So even when you do get one character out of the danger zone, it's not going to be for long.
Dude, I also want to say, just looking at the players, Drastray is so happy to be here, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I love. Like, the fact that he's like, yep, I'm going to show all my skill, all my tech on the grandest of stages. You gotta feel great about that. Kali Remy wants to show that Japan is no slouch either. The super counters have been on point, but they are falling short from time to time where Drastray is just eking out this extra damage.
Yeah,
Oh, did you see that? He just kind of zoomed all the way around. That's gonna be another 12K off the top, but didn't get the full confirm.
little sidestep grand slash type B, yeah, 100%. And to your point about Kali Remy, right, wanting to represent Japan, I mean, that is the mecca of fighting games, right? A lot of people consider Japan the motherland when it comes to any and all fighting games, so definitely trying to put on for the home country. But right now, we talked about Drastic sparking at France. They might love Dragon Ball even more than Japan, fam.
Yeah, I mean, dude, France loves Dragon Ball. Everybody loves Dragon Ball. All the regions in the world. It is a hot commodity, and right now, Rakum is in a rough position. 3 super counters. Gives him a moment, but I mean, all you did was burn a little bit more of that sparking time, and it's not that big of a loss for Drastray.
Yeah, 100% right now, Drastray, even with the sparking out, he just actually gets into sparking again, shows him the key charge, and is like, if you can stop me, please show me, because so far you haven't been able to.
Yeah, and these charge key blasts are just peppering Kali Remy, and even when you try to get through, I mean, the Sonic Sway gives you a brief moment. It's so hard to keep UI Goku locked down. Drastray in a great position. Whew. The way he just moves, it's the anime all over again. He is just sliding on in, sliding on out. You can't touch this guy.
I was gonna say, I love the UI Goku just nonchalant dodges, right? That's one of the sickest things about this character. He's so nonchalant. He sees everything in slow motion, and even the animations represent that. But now we got Rakum on Rakum violence. Is this gonna hit though?
Yeah, I think he might have recovered from the slash. So even though the legs have been broken, we'll see here in the animation. He actually got caught still. He did try to vanish, but I think he missed the timing. So good stuff from Kali to get that swap out as well. The sparking works out.
100%. Drastic sparking. He's sticking with the Rakum right now. Tattered, dude, from War, but right now he's gonna bring in his UI Goku, the character that he earned via qualifying out of the French region.
You saw the Wild Sense spent there with the 2 points, which allows him to build up the rest of that key, and now we're back in Sparking. If you get hit by one Ki Blast loop here, you actually just die as Calliremi, and that's what we might just see. That's why you see the revenge counter finally come out. Calliremi trying to find an opportunity.
That boy was playing Vision with that Ki Blast loop 100%. Oh, he's going to be able to get the back for a little bit right here. Oh my goodness, sending him head over heels literally right now, taking a whole lot of life in the process. But right now, Calliremi still managed to hold on to the gold taste, but it doesn't look like it's going to be for long. Counters at the combo, trying to evade, trying to get out, but it's not going to happen. Ki Blast to the face to finish off the character.
There was no moment for relief, no moment to escape, just peppered by the Ki Blast to even stop the idea of potentially tagging out. Drastray Sparking is on a tear, and it's going to be another charge. Ki Blast loop. We see Raccoon absolutely melting under the pressure. Again, we've broken the back, full extension, trying to find a way to escape. Calliremi's odds are quickly slipping away.
For real, Drastray Sparking. I didn't know you liked
It's
Snoop
gonna be
Dogg.
it's gonna be probably gonna be him and Game Breaker God at
right
the
now
end.
he's gonna have to go face to
Definitely.
face. Not for long though. Calliremi able to escape, but he's only got so much life.
He
to
might
work
win with that
I don't
cheap
know
shit.
how long
He
he's
might
gonna
win.
be able to hold on. We'll see Drastic Sparking even getting his own Raccoon in, not afraid to sacrifice this character when he's got UI Goku in the back.
Yeah, and I mean, Drastray, he just has to win this Vanish War. He just has to find a way to get the hit. But I mean, there's a key disadvantage, so now it's all going to be super counters. And that's all he has as opposed to that's 2.
And again, I mean, Calliremi's doing a great job right now, fighting for his dear life. He's got a whole lot of life bars to go through with not much health to do it in. So it's a long shot for the mans, but this could be, never mind. I was going to say one of the greatest comebacks we've ever seen in any Dragon Ball game. But right there, Drastic Sparking able to close it out. 2-0.
Look, he know what he's doing.
To all the folks at home and poses on him for good measure. That's what we love to see here in the Dragon Ball World Tour.
The fearsome Frenchman has made it happen. Drastray Sparking once again showing us why they were such a strong contender in the French region, and really making the most of the time on stage, understands like how big of a thing this is. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to be here, and is loving every moment of it.
Yeah.
That's the type of energy we want to see. So shout outs to you, Drastray. I'm glad you are loving the spotlight and you are really making every moment count, because that gameplay spoke for itself.
I love that you highlighted that, right? It wasn't just about in-game. It wasn't just about giving a little fist pump. He posed on him, right? And that's something that everybody at home wants to see. They like the showmanship. And in addition to that, hey, if you're looking for any sponsors or any deals going forward, you got to show that personality. So I love that from Drastray Sparking, representing France as well, as we talked about, one of the premier regions when it comes to Dragon Ball games, and he's been showing out proper.
Absolutely, and I mean, now we have our bracket properly developing here. We have seen
The segue, Jake.
absolutely, dude. I'm riding all day, every day. And Sirius Sword has ridden their way straight to semi-finals winner side to fight against Drastray Sparking. This is a dream match of mine because these players are both so good in their respective regions. It is going to be a battle of the Titans. And I mean, power level wise, this is a lore matchup that you want to see all day, every day. It is going to be the S Brawly fighting it out against the UI Goku. But in the bracket that we still have to determine for the other side of winner semi-finals, it's going to be incredible. But losers has been determined. Deadliest Spartan versus Calliremi, and one of these players is unfortunately going to go home. O2 going to go home without being able to get a win for the region. So Mexico versus Japan?
I'm so glad that you also call it Deadliest Spartan, because like that is not the, I didn't realize that until you said it. Like, I didn't realize that he was actually punning the Luis with the, that's actually a hard bar right there.
Luis
Big ups the Deadliest Spartan, aka the Luis Spartan. That is definitely super sick right there. But
bars.
Yeah, it literally is bars. So definitely a big fan of that, of course. But as you mentioned, we're still going to be making our way through the winner side of the bracket, which is going to be Potato 726 versus Saru 666 gang.
Yeah, I mean, we got numbers on number violence right here. We are trying to duke it out. Potato, one of my favorite meals.
Oh,
And he's playing my favorite
Very
character.
versatile.
Yeah, very versatile. And he's got a very versatile character. He's got the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Like my favorite character design in all of like Dragon Ball.
Sick, bro.
He's so cool.
It's so sick.
Like-
I actually felt better about being a big fan of that when I found out Giuna was a big fan of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I was like, Giuna's certified when it comes to anything anime in Japan. So I was like, I felt good about liking that character.
He's been my favorite from day one. I think I've drawn the most pictures of that character. I'm like, he's just the coolest. He's got the vest. He's got the swagger. He hits. He poses
Rip
on
it.
you. He's confident. He only loses to himself, not
Facts.
others. Like, because he's
Facts.
playing around, and I mean he's having too much fun. That's one of the things that is so cool about the character. He's going to be duking it out against Saru 666. And I mean, to duke it out against Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, having, I believe it is the Trunks at your disposal,
Yes, sir.
it's going to be one hell of a task, right?
100%, man. Potato 726, if I'm not mistaken, going to be representing Spain, while Saru representing America. That's going to be, I believe, the countries at duel here in this second, or excuse me, the third match overall for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the dramatic showdown. So this is going to be a good one. This is very much a global affair, right? We had global qualifiers leading into this event from all over the world, whether it be the countries that you saw before, like Mexico and Italy. We got France and America as well. Japan, obviously, represented. In addition to that, we have the UK coming up in a little bit with GBG. Everybody well represented. A true global affair for the Sparking Zero finale.
And that's what you want to see, right? That's what's so special about fighting games. That's what's so special about Dragon Ball is it's worldwide. Like, you show anybody a picture of Goku, they know who Goku.
They know.
They know.
But did you see the clip of, I can't remember where it was from, it might have been the UK, I think it was somewhere in Europe, where there was a political figure on a talk show and they were like, what's your favorite like cartoon character? And she was like, Goku. And they were like, who's Goku?
It's like, how dare you?
And she was like, that's your problem that you don't know who Goku is. You're the one messing up. So you already know Dragon Ball definitely worldwide popularity, one of the most popular IPs, period, when it comes to anything across all media. So you already know these players are going to be playing with a lot of pride.
Yeah, man, I'm very much looking forward to how, you know, the rivalries that get developed after this, region to region. And I mean, I think it's a great fit that, you know, Potato from the West Coast is representing the Gogeta 4. Like, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm so glad that the West Coast got my favorite character of all time. Every single game he's been in, he has been sick. So seeing that back on display is going to be incredible. Saru has a big, you know, big opportunity to show everyone the power of Trunks, even in, you know, that, you know, reduced state. You don't have the step-in counter for Vanish, but you do have the extra capsule capability. You get to choose from every single type of capsule. You can get the almighty boost. Like, it's pretty dang good. That's a lot of stats.
Pretty good, that's all I'm saying. What's your favorite part about Gogeta 4? Like, design-wise, like aesthetically? Obviously, I'm taking the actions that have happened in the anime out of the equation. I'm talking pure aesthetically. Is it the fact that he gets to keep the tail? Because we don't get to see a lot of Super Saiyans obviously keep the tail, the vest, the eye makeup. That's probably my favorite part, honestly, is the eye makeup itself. So I'm just saying, bro, what's yours?
It's the Primal Saiyan look. Like, he's got every single aspect of what I would imagine like a top-tier full power Saiyan to be. It's like, that's the guy. Yeah, exactly. That's your gold medalist. That's your #1 Saiyan. You're trying to be that guy. And that is Gogeta 4. He's the combo of the Prince and the GOAT.
I mess with your taste, Jake Ryan. We talked about it before. We have a whole lot of similar taste across fighting game characters that we prefer, and of course Gogeta 4 at the top of that list right there. So I'm excited to see him in full-fledged action. Of course, on the other hand, Saru 666 and of course the Trunks has been a deadly character. I'm interested to see who he pairs with Trunks, because obviously Trunks, it feels like a bit on the lower end compared to a lot of these characters that you qualified with. So he might be putting somebody on the team that's very well stacked, or maybe the Ginyu, as you alluded to earlier, just to steal that qualified character from his opponent.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard, too, because if you try to go for, like, the giant that is available, Dr. Wheelo.
Oh, boy.
Dr. Wheelo struggles against anybody who has a higher BP, who has a higher power level, and the highest of power levels is, you know, Gogeta 4. He's right there. Like, you know, you don't want to pick against that guy. Like, he will absolutely just guard crush you. You will be stuck in loop after loop after loop. It is not a great time, but we're going to work on getting connected here.
We're just making sure that we get all of our technical issues ironed out, so to speak, before we actually get into the match. This is, of course, the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the dramatic showdown, which means it is the finality, the World Tour conclusion, if you so will, for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And because of that, we want to make sure no flubs or any type of technical nonsense gets in the way of these players looking to achieve their ultimate W. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, this is the culmination of, you know, all of the qualifiers that we ran throughout the year. This is the culmination of these players' years, and, you know, buttons are being checked. We're making sure everything is set up, and we're doing everything today. We are going through the entirety of the top 8. You're going to see every single match today, and we're going to see these players show every single look that they have at their disposal to try and get that first place spot, to get their hands on the ultimate prize, that championship.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to see all the various qualified characters today as well. We already saw the Golden Frieza. We're going to be able to see the SSJ4 Gogeta as well in a little bit right here once we get this match started. So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting as well. Of course, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. If you haven't been exposed to the game before, they got everybody you could want.
Everybody.
In Dragon Ball. In a Dragon Ball game, if there's anybody that you ever wanted to play as, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has you covered. As you can see right here, the 8 champions and the 8 characters qualified for the event. So one of the first matches we saw, we obviously saw Mexico with the Golden Frieza, Japan as well with the Gotenks. In addition to that, we saw France represent the UI Goku, and there's so many more characters to come. Obviously, we're going to get Spain right here with the Trunks as well. It's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, Germany has the Super Baby 2, and we didn't get to see that character throughout like the entirety of the qualifiers because he's just such a high cost. He's a very strong character. We actually got to see one of our other commentators, which we'll be seeing later today. Tyrant loves playing the Super Baby 2.
He does. He does. He wants to transform into the gorilla.
Yeah, he does the Super Baby 2 Kefla combo. Like he just loves that squad. Puts Videl on there as well. I mean, there's a lot of character representation here. You obviously have the Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, Gogeta for the UK. So it's really funny the UK gets that character, but in Dragon Ball FighterZ, that's a French classic.
Yeah, that's true.
East
That's
Coast
a
classic. So
100%, man.
really love everything we have here. And again, the 40 characters that these players are choosing from, a wide array available to them. And we've already seen the Raccoon. We've seen the
I don't understand why nobody ain't pick.
We've also seen the Ginyu. It didn't really.
Everybody only picking Raccoon because the health.
Was acquired.
Niggas could have went
He was only bagged up.
Bardock. I would have went
So
Bardock. I would have always went
what
Bardock.
Everybody is presenting here. We saw a 5 Cybermen team in the qualifiers too, making
Yeah,
pretty
right
damn
now.
far. So Cybermen can put in some work. It was sick. It was sick. He recharges hella fast.
I wanted to bring that up, honestly. Seeing the full 5 Cybermen squad team, plus like one other character, was actually one of the Super 6 strats that we got to see. We saw a lot of Spopovich as well during the qualifiers, right? You can see Spopovich, obviously one of the characters selectable. But I want to bring up Roshi because Roshi's one of the only characters actually available in this selection that has that transformation, right? That can go from, you know, skinny old man Roshi to buff HGH Roshi. And they obviously got 2 different pros and con lists when it comes to what their characters do well. The skinny Roshi obviously has some skill blasts that are unblockable, that are very difficult to avoid. And then the buff Roshi just in general has really good damage output once he actually gets to tag you. So I'm really interested to see if anybody actually adds that Roshi to their squad. I think that's one of the most valuable characters you can add in this grand finals.
Yeah, it's all about the buffs, the instant spark, and I mean also like the after image is so hard to deal with. It does cost more though now, so you have to consider that. And I mean, Yajirobe on release, incredibly strong. We did see some adjustments there, so the sense will be not as impactful as it is before. I've seen players online get to, you know, the highest rank. They've got a Z rank with all of these characters. I've seen Chaozu do work. I've seen Hercule do work. He's just unblockable, 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 unblockable. Here's a present. Like, any of these characters can make it happen. It's all about the pilot. It is all about the pilot.
100%. That boy Hercule acting as Amazon Prime out here, right? Delivering presents, gifts to your front doorstep. And honestly, being able to clutch out a whole lot of matches with that skill blast alone. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see him rear his head as well. But right now, of course, we're still just trying to get everything right and ready for this next match between our 2 competitors. I believe, like you said, I think it's America versus Germany, if I'm not mistaken.
Spain.
That's right. America versus Spain. It's going to be an interesting one, of course. With Potato726 representing Spain, Saru666 as well representing America. Going to be a good one for sure as soon as we get going with the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. But it's just been dope to watch the qualifiers, watch the way this game has evolved, right? A lot of the dope Dragon Ball content creators that I got familiar with because they delved into the Dragon Ball FighterZ realm have been obviously talking about this game a lot, have been covering the patch notes and the way the game has evolved. And I think the thing that's dope about a lot of the patch notes is that they've been listening to the community, right?
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of changes that the community have wanted, whether it be the less regen when you be able to tag out, whether it be the instant sparking skills costing more skill points.
Yep.
A lot of it has been well received when it comes to the feedback.
Yeah, so shout outs to all the content creators who have been putting in that work, you know, giving
My
that
man Lotus.
feedback.
See you, Lotus.
Yeah, and I mean it's been so great to see all the content, all the buzz around the game, and everybody still getting their hands on, making different challenges for themselves. How are we gonna get the Z rank? How what can I do with these characters?
True.
And the creative stories as well, right? Like you have so many
Oh,
opportunities
please.
to create custom stories and
Like
play with
using
that
that
tool.
shit.
And I mean it even goes beyond the what if stories, because this game is truly a love letter to everything Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and we are actually going to be taking just a moment. We're working on getting the game set up, so please don't go anywhere. Tell your friends, tell everybody that the dramatic showdown is going to continue. We will be right back, so don't go anywhere.
I will protect my family. A superhero never surrenders. Who are you? Yeah! Foul aliens, your wicked schemes, and now you better not have touched a hair on my daughter's head. A transformation? We planned for this contingency. The real fight starts now. I won't let you get away with this! All evildoers must be eliminated!
It's do or die time.
Looks like this calls for a superhero. Come on, do better! I was expecting a lot more out of you. Your upgrade is cute, but it won't be nearly enough to keep up with me.
Let me show you my new upgrade. Shenron gave me quite a bit extra. This is mine. Full power!
How can this be? As a fellow creation of Dr. Hedo, it is my responsibility to stop you.
There's no choice. Quasi, a real superhero?
I'll take it from here.
So that's all you've got? I'm giving this everything I've got! Take this! Special beam cannon!
Yeah. Get like 4. Yeah, okay. Ready to. Well, it's a good tournament. They throwing hands, they fighting. Just UI and damage. That's why they putting them capsules on.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the dramatic showdown finale, baby, where we've taken all of our qualifiers from across the globe, have gathered them here in Northern California to make sure we do get out and crown a true Dragon Ball Sparking Zero champion.
Absolutely. We've already seen a couple of matches today, and we are going to be getting into our next match here. Thanks, everybody, for waiting. As we have, got everything set up, we had to make sure our sensu beans were refilled. We had to make sure that our skill gauges were in check, because we are going to be getting started here between Potato 726 and Saru 666. It is going to be the U.S. West duking it out against Spain. It is going to be a Gogeta 4 versus a Trunks. We don't know which characters they're picking from the pool of 40, but we do know that it is going to be a banger match. And once again, we wanted to share with you exactly like how this format works. We have each character that's been earned region by region, so those players will have that one character at their disposal, and then depending on the power level of the character, they'll have access to a myriad of items depending on the strength. But if you're at the highest level of strength, like that Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, you won't get anything. However, on the other hand, Trunks, he gets 5 different capsules.
Yeah, 100% right. Trunks on the lowest end of natural, what we call it, power level, I guess we could say.
Yeah, BP.
Yeah, the bottom end of the natural BP. That means he's going to get 5 items to try to even out the disparity between the qualified characters. Obviously, as you can see, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, in the lore sense, one of the most powerful characters going to come across. Trunks leaves a little bit to be desired in that aspect, so we got him more items to make sure we're fighting all on even ground here, and are already looking strong for Saru on the Trunks.
Yeah, and you can see the equalizing power level off of Saru's items there, having more health than the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so it is definitely a strong factor here. You can see how fast he charges ki as well, so many different things to consider as you're duking it out with this guy.
Yeah, remember, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Trunks still got that unblockable charge ki blast. So the thing is, for Potato, you gotta make sure you evade and not just block.
And there is Ginyu once
He
again.
take that
It's gonna be
Gogeta.
so hard to really close it out on this character. If you allow the body swap, you are in a terrible position. But Potato getting opened up from the back. Ginyu can do his own damage as well, even though he is one of the characters from the pool of 40. I always said, it is the pilot. You can make anything happen here. And Potato is bleeding on this Gogeta 4 so far.
Exactly. Talk to him, Jake Ryan. Right? It's all about the person that's handling the sticks themselves, more so than the character.
Garlic Jr. Oh, okay, nice. We got him straight from the movies right here. One of my favorites to watch, where Gohan comes in clutch. And I mean, now with the power up, we're gonna see exactly what happens. We didn't really get to see a lot of Garlic in the qualifiers, so I want to see what tech is prepared on this character, because from the pool of 40, you can come out with some pretty interesting strategies. There's a lot of individual unique strengths for all of these characters, so we'll see what Garlic can do.
My man rocking Garlic while his tag is Potato. That's my favorite combination.
Garlic potatoes, we just need some butter.
That's what I'm saying,
Staying true to the Dragon Ball naming conventions.
Like that, all food all day right there. But of course, Saru 666 gonna be rocking his Ginyu, as we said before. And this is obviously the character he's ideally gonna want to switch with, the Gogeta, being able to take down one of the high BP costs and use it for himself. That is also the character that Potato earned via qualification, right? So that's some extra mental damage if he's able to switch it up.
Ooh, and interrupting the instant spark is a huge thing here. 2 times now, Saru has not been able to get that started, but the super counters have been so dang strong from Saru. And even though you are dealing with, not the strongest on these items are doing the work. I mean, look at how he hasn't been touched on this Trunks. It's so dang hard to get on top of him. And still having access to instant spark, this character can make miracles happen. Potato is bleeding out on this Gogeta.
Exactly, with how low the Gogeta health is, the ultimate blast, if it connects, actually gonna do mad damage, but does not. Saru.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and the immediate tag out into Ginyu. He's like, oh, you're in sparking? I'm gonna try to run away. I got a little bit of ki built up on this guy. Let's find out if he can utilize this ultimate and kill the Ginyu, because he can evaporate life bars, but he might almost lose this Gogeta for the revenge counter. It's not enough to get Ginyu off you. I don't even want your body. I just have the bag. I'm putting you in. The Saiyan Surfer, the lightning strike. Oh my goodness, he's done.
Man, riding a tidal wave to victory right there. Potato 726 able to take down Saru's character. We're gonna get it popping even more so.
And I mean, I I'm liking the garlic pick as well, especially if you're looking at the first of two and how you want to navigate. If you're trying to save your health, because the Machio Star install is going to give you that HP regen. You also have paralysis available to you, so I want to see how Potato utilizes the skill points here on the Super Garlic Jr.
Right now, he's just getting hit by the shooting. Jadakiss would be proud. Of course, we got a clash. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna mash harder here? Garlic Jr. coming out on top.
And Surfer once again. A lightning strike. There we go. The Machio Star has been activated.
We're trying to keep charge up, but Saru being already in, sparking gonna pepper on those Ki Blast. Make sure he never gets enough breathing room to actually keep on charging up. Potato's gonna have to earn that with a knockdown or two, and that's exactly what he's looking for here.
Yeah, and great movement so far, trying to get the grab, and it does connect. Saru is starting to get some sustained damage here on the Trunks, but still has so much life to work with. Ginyu's still available, so even at a life deficit, you have to be so careful against this character. You never want to put yourself into a position where you can get body swap. I expect to see at least one connect today, but you never know. It's all up to the defensive timings of these players. The grab hits again.
I mess with that for sure.
Faster. Faster.
Oh, man, Saru.
You're trying. Oh, he hurt himself. He went for the buff, and it also takes a little bit of that health away. He is going to be for the body swap here.
You always want to injure yourself before the body swap, right? To leave your opponent with less health than necessary. But of course, Saru, he missed that. He's still finding hits. Nonetheless, the Grand Slash was defended against perfectly. And now Potato using his own to open up Saru.
Yeah, that Ki Blast whipping is a huge miss. Super counter does come out now. We're in another Vanish Roar where it's going to get faster and faster. The frame window harder and harder to deal with. We did see a revenge counter to get a little bit of space. And a tech on the throw, actually.
Yeah, Potato was about to run out of the key meter as well, right? So I think that's why he went with that, to make sure he still gets an advantage, even despite him being lower on the key charge meter. And he's gonna take down the Ginyu. All he's got is the Trunk to deal with now, but the Trunk is looking very healthy.
Exactly, he's trying to find the back. Once again, this Garlic Jr. has been doing incredible. We don't have any skill points left though, so you're not gonna see the Machio Star give any HP regen here. And you're so close to blowing apart. Gets another counter to get him off. And now Saru is one sequence away from taking this first game.
Yeah, he's looking super strong right now, man. The Garlic Jr., he's in dire straits right now, begging for life support, and he's not going to get it. Instead, Trunks pulls the plug and takes the first game.
I mean, canon-wise, he couldn't take down Kid Gohan. So, I mean, it's not, you're fighting against Trunks. Super Saiyan, he's got the sword, everything. You're in trouble.
Good luck, fam.
Yeah, and still a valiant effort from Potato there. Was making, you know, he was starting to make the comeback on the Super Garlic Jr. It just wasn't able to culminate the way we expected. Those items make such a difference for Trunks and puts him onto like that even level of play to fight it out against Gogeta 4. Thumbs up from Potato though. We're getting ready to get into this next match. I wonder if we're going to see a change up on the secondary character here. I mean, the Garlic Jr. put in work.
Yeah, I felt like he put in more work than the actual qualified character, right? So I don't know if that's what he's going to be looking for, or whether to switch out that character or just in general to try to up his game plan a little bit, figure out something that could give him some more damage, save his character's life a little bit, staring directly into the camera with the eyebrow raised. Always a fan of that.
Yeah, oh, dude, I love this guy. Yeah, yeah. It's your moment, man. Use that spotlight. Power up. You're getting the Zenkai boost from all the homies from home. West Coast representative.
He knows the red light means that's the camera that's live. I'm very impressed with that, honestly, already knowing. So, but here we go. We're going to go at it again. Saru 666 going up against Potato 726. And Saru obviously the one on the Trunks here, but he's going to get Sonic Sway nice and early. He's going to be put to the other side of the screen while Potato, oh my goodness, again, catching these hands and these swords by any means necessary.
Yeah, and I mean, Potato hasn't really been able to establish that much of a lead for the entirety of this set, and he's already losing out just a little bit on this Gogeta, but you see the skill gauge slowly building. Gonna have an opportunity to get that instant spark and really fight back, but you see just playing the spacing game, trying to stay away. And Saru has the opportunity to go for that body swap. Ginyu taking this damage isn't the worst thing in the world, but you have to build that skill gauge up first in order to get into sparking.
Yeah, exactly. Great recovery from Saru, honestly. Potato him with a liver punch. You saw, oh, again, bent over, making sure Ginyu is exposed for a minute, but unless Saru's had great defense so far, and he hasn't really let Potato get a significant hit on. Oh,
Ginyu has been cooking. Ginyu is cooking.
I like that too. As soon as the Ginyu starts to get a little bit of momentum, you're swapping off of him. You do not want to leave your Gogeta vulnerable for that body swap. But now, Ginyu in a pretty dire position, really low on the health. Potato has been doing miracle work with this Garlic Jr. The charged Ki Blast has been a big proponent of that, and now we're back over to the Trunks.
Yeah, Miracle Worker is a great way to describe it right now. Saru, I mean, he has feel like he's barely taking any licks on the side of Trunks, right? Still almost at completely full health, and he's going to be able to use the instant spark against one to just pepper on these Ki Blasts. Has the charge, unblockable Ki Blast at his disposal as well. It's been a great way to navigate this game from Saru.
Yeah, and there's like no answer here for Garlic Jr. He's just bleeding out on this character now. Saru really hasn't been touched on the Trunks, just trying to keep away, trying to get through the rest of the sparking, but we're right back into it. But no, actually baits it out, utilizing the skill early, gets a ton of damage there instead of going into the sparking. That was a genius from Saru. You saw that Potato was trying to take that opportunity to get a little bit of Ki of their own and just eats the skill. Great read on your opponent.
Precisely, and great defense up against this Ginyu for Potato as well. Being able to put him on his last life bar with that sequence, my goodness.
Uh-oh, he tried to go for the stat buff, and if he gets into sparking,
Uh-oh.
he got the instant sparking. This would be the worst body swap. This would be so tragic.
My goodness, you gotta imagine he's gonna go for it soon. Just have a Hail Mary attempt.
Counter. Oh my goodness, he went for the revenge counter to kill Ginyu, and it
Nice,
was enough.
nice.
That was massive. That was massive. You prevented the body swap. Potato has to feel confident about that. That could have been a drastic situation. That could have been a dire situation for Potato.
Legitimately a game-losing situation for Potato, honestly. Having that low life on the Ginyu, getting a body swap with a character as healthy as the Gogeta 4 is right now, that would have turned the tides completely in the match. But right now, Potato has found his footing a little bit. Oh, but just as I say that, look for the super counter. Nobody trying to let their opponent get their rocks off.
Dang, 2 super counters in a row, 3 super counters in a row. Saru is untouchable. Even with a Ki gauge deficit, you just cannot hit this guy. Potato getting a little bit of relief. Back to the Garlic Jr.
Yes, indeed. And he's looking to take down that last bit of life bar from Potato. Just peppering on the Ki Blast.
I just feel like
He's
Ki
doing
Blasts
chunks of
need to
damage on his
go.
way into doing it. Potato, he's got to find a way in, right? It looks like he was trying to go for a Hail Mary sparking, but he's just too far away to actually get that activated, and Saru instead goes into sparking of his own.
He got the Machio Star activated, so the health regen is going to be a factor here. But you still see him getting peppered. He finds the in. It's not even the Z-Burst dash. It's just great movement. Spanish War is not going to be in your favor, and that is Garlic Jr. falling, and now it's just a 2-life bar Potato on the Gogeta 4 trying to make it happen. And here comes another rep of the Sparking Trunks.
While Saru still has multiple health bars at his disposal in sparking as well. That means he just gets the pepper on the Ki Blast without really even worrying about the damage it's doing, the detriment it's doing to the Ki Blast, or the Ki Bar, I should say. He's just being able to let it all fly.
Oh my
He's gonna
God,
go
here we
right
go
back
with the
into
corner
the
shit.
sparking instantly. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so tough for Potato to get in on. As you can see, just kept that bait via all the energy headed his way.
Yeah, and I mean, he's just getting peppered, absolutely blasted here. He doesn't even have an opportunity to go into his own instant sparking. Even though he's built the skill, he has fallen, and he's one touch away, one charge
no
slash, one
way.
clean Ki Blast. Potato fighting for his life, and it just does not work out. That is Saru, 666, sealing the deal.
Sprinkle me, mang, as the E40 would say. Saru coming through, doing a great job right there, being able to take down Potato 726 in a process, making sure that he just prioritized the fact that he wanted to keep Trunks in the sparking mode, right? Make sure he dealt with too many Ki Blasts to actually deal with proficiently, I should say.
Yeah.
And because of that, I mean, he just really wrapped it up once he got that character advantage.
Yeah, he could never really close the gap, couldn't really protect the life bar of Gogeta 4, and the defense from Saru was too much to overcome. It just felt that every single time a moment of momentum was granted to Potato 726, it was quickly taken away because of the super counters. And if you want to feel as super as Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, you got to get your hands on some of the merch, guys. We've got these incredible t-shirts that are available right now on the Bandai Namco and website. If you have a smartphone, I'm sure you all do, get your camera out, hit that QR code, and make sure that you get your hands on all this merch. It's only going to be available until 4/14, so the t-shirts, hoodies, and mouse pads are available for all of the Dragon Ball games, Battle Hour games, Sparking Zero, Dokkan Battle, and Legends, all available at your disposal. This stuff is pretty incredible. It feels nice to wear, and you do not want to miss out on great merch to celebrate the event and the finals that we are, blessed to cover here. And we've already gone through 3 of our winners side matches, and now we've got one more up to bat. It is going to be GBG YouTube or YT versus Blendian 27. Our bracket has developed.
Let's go GBG, 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 GBG.
Sparking. Loser side, it is going to be Saru 666 awaiting the winner of the UK and German representatives between GBG and Blendian 27. Loser side, Deadliest Spartan and Cali Remy is going to be a death match between Mexico and Japan. I mean, we've seen wrestling there before, and now we're going to see the Dragon Ball Mecha show us the best of the rest, and you have Potato awaiting the loser of our next match.
Yeah, 100%. The wrestling throwback definitely runs deep between the two countries, of course. But yeah, I love that you're bringing it up right now. And of course, in the winner's side, as we mentioned, GBG is going to be coming up next, and he's one of the premier content creators for all things Dragon Ball gaming when it comes to the YouTube side of things, right? That is indeed what the YT stands for. So best believe my man Jake was not mistaken. He's one of the premier content creators, as we talked about, putting out videos, whether it be for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Fighters, and the various other Dragon Ball games that are all available on that sweatshirt as well. I've been showing it off throughout the weekend. The back of the sweatshirt has all the games listed that you know and love from the Dragon Ball IP, so definitely pick that one up if you get a chance. But yeah, man, it's going to be GBG right now versus Blendian 27.
And dude, the thing I love about this too is just the regions get to show their love for everything Dragon Ball, especially Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in this, final showdown, the dramatic showdown that we are having. You get these dream matches that you see in all different types of sports, in all different types of things around the world. And I mean, this is my Ryu Goku Goku Gikan version here. It's like we had that at home. It's like I got Mexico versus Japan at home. This is lit.
Man, Jake said it better than every commentator that was there besides me. Very well done from my man Jake Ryan, of course. But yeah, it's going to be a great one, man. Most definitely one of the best first-round matches I'm looking forward to when it comes to Sparking Zero. Both of these players very advanced in the knowledge of how to play this game, how to exploit their opponents, most importantly, how to stay safe themselves. It's going to be tough to crack each other open for the long haul.
Yeah, and I mean, seeing these players as they're walking in, as they're practicing, it's been all smiles. It's been all, they are stoked to be here. They are stoked to play and show off exactly what they prepared with the character that they've qualified with. So, I mean, Blendian is going to have access to that Super Baby too. We didn't get to see it a lot in the qualifiers, but incredibly strong character, has a lot of, damage potential. And again, it comes down to how you manage this universal system mechanics. And you have on the other end GBGYT, and that's going to be the Gogeta Blue. Like that is a character that you want to have your hands on. That is a high cost, high BP character. That fella doesn't get any capsules for good reason.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's one of the things that really GBG is going to be benefiting from. Not only is a premier content creator and an advanced player of pretty much every Dragon Ball game that comes out, he's going to have one of the most powerful qualified characters in his arsenal as well. So, he's going to be set up for success. But of course, that doesn't mean Blendian can overcome that. As we talked about, the item rules are also helping out some of the low BP characters to put them on even ground as well. But the thing with GBG is he really is about exploiting everything that's cheap in the game, right? He really makes sure he finds out the strats that are going to be most effective, most optimal in the road to winning, and he makes sure he continues to exploit those to the best of his ability.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the items that Super Baby 2 gets, you get 4 capsules at your disposal. That is a 7 BP character. I want to see how strong this guy can get. I mean, because Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, it's
it speaks for itself.
It's so hard to deal with. Like when you got a title for your title.
Yes, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, ridiculous. Most definitely, the blue hair is going to be out and about, looking like a '60s neighborhood. We'll see if he's going to be enough to bring home the gold.
Yeah, it's a bargain sale for Super Saiyans, as the great Vegeta would once say. And I mean, that guy's half Vegeta. So we are going to see if he can come out on top here. We are getting our players ready to duke it out. Once again, they get to also pick another character from that pool of 40. We've already seen a handful of characters represented. We've seen the Super Garlic Jr. just because of the Machina Star capabilities to get HP regen and the buffs up. We've seen Bardock just because of the instant spark utility, and he's got a ton of health. We're going to see exactly what these characters have in store for us, exactly what these players have in store for us as we finish our last winner's side match of the day for round 1. Once again, it is going to be GBG YT versus Blendian 27. Let's get it. The UK
Come on, GB.
versus Germany.
Yes, most definitely. GBG already off to a solid start. My goodness. We're in the World Tournament Arena as well. Best believe it's going to be scary real quick for these fans if they get out there and get reckless.
Yeah, if you hit that ultimate, we get to see all the fans flee.
Yeah, bro.
It is a rough time. And I mean, Blendian is already trying to fight back here, but GBG has just been unrelenting.
It's a great way to really relate, you know, on an emotional level to the people that live in the Dragon Ball universe. Like the fact that you got to get the hell out of the stadium when some of these blasts come out is no joke, most definitely. But Blendian, oh, I was going to say doing such a good job until the Sonic Sway comes out, allowing some reprieve, but not for long. Both players staying in each other's faces. And Blendian, he got the back again.
The super counters have been good. Now the Vanish War. Blendian is in a really rough position on this Super Baby 2. And the World Tour Arena has that disadvantage, but it's an incredibly small arena. And there was no space to run, nowhere to go. And that's Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan put the herd on. Super Baby 2 ain't never seen a transformation like that before. And now he's about, Raccoon was actually the true answer. He said, I don't need a Vegeta. I'm gonna beat you up. Oh my goodness, Blendian.
All right, we 1v1 right now. Trunks versus Raccoon. These are the only characters each player has left at their disposal.
Yeah, and the fact that you have the ability to choose Trunks from the pool, again, only going to be that 4 cost, but you know, you have the ability to transform, has an incredible tool set available to him. Not as much health as the Raccoon, but anything can happen. It's all about the pilot. I want to see how Blendian's Raccoon is cooking.
Yeah, for real, Blendian been cooking up in general right now. Get this man a Michelin star because I've been very impressed with the meals he's presented. But right now, GBG, of course, on the other end with that Trunks, like we talked about, he always going for the cheap stuff. He's exactly going to try to utilize this. He's going to try to take down Blendian's life bar. He's going to gain a health advantage slightly at the end of this, but of course, this is going to all turn on its head in an instant.
Yeah, and you saw the attempt at the double perception tap right there, and Blendian just was not able to, you know, just string it together. GBG excellently weighted. Super counter does work out in the Vanish War. It's so hard for Blendian to win here. He's just at this deficit key-wise, and the immediate perfect counter. He stops the hand. He says, I'm at a higher power level, the Saiyan Surfer.
Ah, don't you understand that I knew it was your time to take the turn? He was able to thwart it successfully here. GBG still looking incredibly strong on that solo Trunks. It feels like this is the only character he needs to really get the job done at this point.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Blue Gogeta did his job. Go to bed, sir. Trunks is going to finish the rest, and now Blendian has other ideas. The super counter, though, in the Vanish War, faster and faster. It's harder and harder to get that timing, and I mean, you see the meter deficit. You see the key. It's evaporating, and so is the life bar. The perception doesn't work out. Key Blast, so close to finishing it off. You can't take a Vanish War. If you get hit by this, you're done.
Ooh, and that's exactly what happened. Sending him to the skies.
GBG?
Back. GBG.
Yes.
Saying GG to Blendian for the first
figured
game.
that.
Amazing stuff. Already looking like one of the favorites that we thought he was coming into this tournament.
Dude, why does
He
Trunks
opens
just ooze cool, by the way? Like,
Oh,
does he
yeah.
really have to flourish with the sword in that regard? He's that finessed?
He's an aura farmer.
He
He's
is
one
an
of
aura
those.
farmer. And I agree, you know, we need more aura farmers in our universe, right? Like, Trunks is that guy.
Yeah, 100%.
The jacket, the muscles, everything.
The jacket really go next level. Like, I'm honestly jealous of that jacket right there. You know what I mean? Like, the muscles, it be what it be. I would like to be a little bit more muscular, but, you know, that's a conversation for another time. When it comes to the pure fashionista aspect of it, Trunks got everything pretty much unlocked. So, GBG looking good to start. Both players making sure everything is good to go when it comes to the next match. See, actually, I believe our opponent Blendian talking to one of the other representatives, one of the other qualifiers. Yeah, Potato coming out for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, maybe discussing some strats that could be explored to help deal with the GBG, but I don't know, man. GBG looking too strong.
Yeah, incredibly strong performance from GBG there, and it's difficult, especially when you're fighting against someone who is constantly creating content for the game, who is, you know, in that position where they're studying, they know everything that you do. I mean, they wouldn't have gotten to this level if they weren't able to win
Absolutely
out in
not.
the regional qualifier. So we're gonna see how this go.
Oh, it looks like we have a faux pas in our first game. As you mentioned, GBG picking the wrong Trunks. There's only 40 eligible characters to be chosen from the roster, and obviously a lot of them have different forms. So
go with the
GBG
stupid
picking
shit.
the wrong one. I think that means an auto DQ in the first game, if I'm not mistaken, for a handy L, which would have should have been a W.
There we go.
Yeah, unfortunate that the roster.
Oh.
He picked the wrong character.
Yeah,
We're
we love
making
to
sure.
see
We're
the
making
shit.
sure though, because I see people
we're hitting the reminder.
from Bamco and others coming to the stage right now to make
cavalry.
sure, yeah, everything is prim and proper, and we got the correct set count going forward here, because we want to make sure everything is on point. Yeah, come back to us indeed. Myself and Jake Ryan here holding it down on the commentary desk for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the dramatic showdown. We held down the qualifiers. We're here for the finals as well.
Yeah.
You already know what it is, man.
Yeah, it's been an incredible run so far, and I mean, I'm glad that players are getting to really represent their skills, and I don't see GBG getting pushed back from this, especially because the fundamentals were all there.
Yeah.
Like from a gameplay perspective, the character switch should get the job done. It's just unfortunate that it does happen, and I mean, right there we got the list once again, so we'll be getting into it. And you can see now it is Blendian once again versus GBG.
GBG gonna be obviously starting with the Gogeta Blue this time. As on the other end, Blendian are gonna be starting with the Super Baby. The qualified characters on full display here for the point war as we get into our hyperbolic time chamber.
Yep, and now, yeah, Blendian was awarded that first game because of the error from GBG.
Whoopsie.
And that's how it goes sometimes. And like we
That'll
said,
cost you.
this is the first offline for this game for a lot of players. So you got to make sure that you're following the rules. You knew what you locked in with, and the reminders have been presented. You gotta. That's what you got to deal with. Them's the breaks.
Yeah, 100% right here. So Blendian, I mean, he's gotten some grace because of that. I mean, if he can make the most of it right now, he's already off to a hot start.
Oh, yeah.
Taking down GBG's life bars on the Gogeta Blue, even stuffing that attempt to come back. And once again, stuffing the offense. Again! Sonic Sway ×2, brother.
Yeah, okay, we got the 5 skill points available. We're going to tag right out into the Raccoon. The switch, very clear. I know he's on the list.
Yeah, 100% Raccoon. Always available to put onto your squad, even in addition to the force. Oh, where Tyrant at? I don't know where Tyrant at right now, but you know he popping off wherever he is. Big gorilla style.
Yeah, the gorillas have been released. The Golden Great Ape has access to that instant sparking as well, and it is the giant that can be so threatening, especially with a low BV character like Raccoon. It's still possible to do it.
Ooh. Yeah, we can't even see Raccoon putting hands on him, but you can see the stun from the gorilla unit that is Super Baby 2.
And immediately back. Super Saiyan, this is where it becomes scary because that power level is definitely there.
Help.
He's going to power down, actually. He wants to utilize just the regular form Gogeta for that instant spark immediately. I love that decision because now you can just pepper him with Ki Blast, and there's nothing the Giant can do. Transforming was actually one of the poorest decisions you could have made here because now you're under duress, and that's why we see the swap to Raccoon. Keep yourself safe, and that's the drawback of the Giants. If you get stuck by charged Ki Blast, you might just be dead.
Yeah, exactly right. They offer some great damage, some great armor capabilities, but at the end of the day, if you get caught, you're going to be going for a ride, to say the least, and GBG knew exactly that. So that's why he powered down to the Gogeta, giving himself the most capabilities to just go ham on his opponent, and that's exactly what he's doing up against Blendian's Raccoon as well. Whatever big body you propose to me, I'm going to make sure they lose weight.
Oh, man, and now GBG just trying to find a way to establish a life lead. The super counters have been so clutch so far, and gets the swap out. Raccoon on Raccoon again. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We might see a key charge here close to the future just because of the potency of, you know, that sparking, and we're building closer to that instant spark with the skills. Lightning strike again, and he's just chasing down. He doesn't want to give Blendian an opportunity to tag out. He's just being unrelenting here. Super counter just continues to work out, but the revenge counter keeps him on top offensively using the defensive options.
Man, GBG said you a wankster and you ain't never popped nothing. He's the real Raccoon in this instance right here. He's only got a little bit of health to go through, and that's why Blendian is going to get him out by any means necessary.
Oh, and he's not able to. He's actually swinging right over the Raccoon. He's swinging for the fences and tagging right back into the Gogeta. I completely agree because now you got the power level required. You're going to be able to build that instant spark here in just a moment as well. GBG is bleeding out on this Gogeta, though, so you need to you know, create some space to try to get a little bit more damage, and had to use the revenge counter.
Yeah, exactly. GBG sacrificing skill points to just get out of the situation. Oh, no. He's got the skill points to sacrifice again right there. He got the 3. He sacrificed 2 for the revenge counter. And now he's got the back. Blendian tries to pop out with his own skill blast to preserve the rest of his life on Super Baby Gorilla.
Yeah, and that extra bit of health regain for Super Baby 2 has less than a bar now. You gotta be so careful against this Raccoon. You're bleeding out. I want to see if we get a swap. That's why you see him trying to escape, and immediately we're back to Raccoon. But Blendian's Raccoon is also in that same position.
Yeah, precisely here. Oh, opened up just like that. GBG, nice job, though. Preserving the life. He needs to preserve every single pixel of life on his character. That is Blendian side of things. GBG, though, looking at just obliterate the remaining life. Just needs a couple of more hits to do so. He kicked him in the stomach. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is True Mirrors, by the way. Nobody alternates the colors. You just got to remember which one's which. GBG is a pixel away from finishing off Blendian, and he can't do it. He's been so good finally stuffing the Raccoon, showing who the superior is one.
And I love that too. It was the super counter at the end just to retain a little bit of that key, understanding that the Giant is coming in and you just want to batter him as much as you can with his key. You can't really close the distance as fast as the other characters. Just going to go for the skill to try to punish the full charge. Doesn't work out. He still has the ability to go for the ultimate. It's about to run out. Do you opt for it? Do you send the Hail Mary? Nah, you're out of sparking here. But Blendian is almost out of health. Does this connect? Nah, found the back, and you're so close to that Blendian. Not able to make it happen with this Giant. You got to swing, but there's so many life bars to work with, and you are a big target.
Yeah, good luck with that one, fam. Blendian, how much magic you got in this pixel, fam? Oh my goodness, GBG looking to close it out and does just that up against the Gorilla form. Super Baby 2, oh, the sidestep with the pose. You already know we won up after that one.
The stutter step pose is always so hilarious to me.
It is.
It is kind of nuts, but that is going to be GBG equalizing the score here. So it is 1-1. Having a little bit of discussion just because the way the previous match did go. We're going to have to play one more here. We are going the distance between these two.
Indeed. See, GBG, of course, if you guys just joined us, GBG actually held the first L because he picked the wrong version of Trunks. So actually nullified, or excuse me, violated the rules, which are, of course, resulted in him holding the first L in DQ format. But at the end of the day, he hasn't actually lost a match to his opponent yet. So he's definitely going to be feeling confident and in the driver's seat going into Game 3.
Exactly. Now it's up to the likes of Blendian to make an adjustment here because the Super Baby 2 was not able to get it done. We saw the transformation into the Great Ape, and it just got kind of ran over by the charge key blast pressure and the strategy from the likes of GBG to power down, get into that instant sparking, and just pepper the Ape, right? So Ape needs to escape. I need to see what Blendian can present here with the Super Baby 2.
Oh no, that's not quite the game we play, and that's not the IP that we're looking for right now. So I don't know if this Ape's going to be able to make any headway into escaping or evading a lot of the offense and attacks that are coming his way. It's definitely going to be on the onus of his opponent to try to get some breathing room available once again, because right now GBG has been doing nothing but smothering Blendian every chance he gets.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible match. I mean, the adjustment needs to be seen because, like you said, it has been GBG not really dropping a game yet. So what we will observe now, I mean, I think we're just getting a little bit of discussion, just breaking down the rules once again. And we're making sure that everything is squared away. We don't want to run into any errors for these players as they are you know, playing at the peak. And there's been a lot of great skill expression between these two. Like, the super counters have been so on point. We haven't seen, like, the most extended Vanish Wars just because the key gauge management has been so sharp, right? It's been so difficult to really get more than 3 bars of key to continue that Vanish War. And with instant sparking being less readily available, you're not seeing those extended Vanish Wars really get down to the wire and get faster and faster and faster and faster. It's just a different landscape we're working with.
Yeah, 100% right. Usually you get to see players being willing to just go Vanish for Vanish constantly until their key bar runs out. But both of these players either too low on the key bar to engage in something like that, or just in general valuing their key bar a little bit more than that health they're going to lose from getting kicked from the Vanish. So I definitely respect that. It was something that I expected to see as the game evolved. Players really putting more impetus and importance on the key bar more than anything else, even with their life bars, right? A lot of the time these characters, especially with the rule set we're playing under, have 4 to 5 health bars, which gives you a lot of leeway to work with when it comes to sacrificing your life. Don't have as much when it comes to the key bar, and obviously the skill points are huge as well, so you're trying to make sure all of that stays in top form.
Yeah, key is definitely the name of the game, and we will get that score updated there
Can
because
you do
GBG
me one
was able
favor?
to
Can you
get that
close that
game
window? It's
and
fucking
equalize us here. So
not
now
amazing.
it's gonna be up to
So
Blendian
cold.
to really come back here, and I think we're gonna get the name swap because Blendian has been on the Super Baby 2 this entire time. So let's see how it goes. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, as you mentioned, Jake, it is going to be GBG on the left side with that Goku Blue going up against Blendian, and it is 1-1. We're just making sure we're getting all of ourselves together here, as we did have some issues and whatnot. We want to make sure everything was clear, so we're going to get it primed and proper for y'all in a moment, as right now GBG, trying to preserve this Goku Blue by any means necessary. He's going to activate the Sonic Sway and get out as soon as he gets a chance to.
And go for the tag. You can immediately see the thought process behind GBG's decision making, just trying to protect the Gogeta Blue. And now the instant sparking has come up for the Super Baby. The throw whip is going to be huge here because you are just going to be taking so much damage. You are getting battered. And the super counter is going to give you more and more time. You don't win this Vanish War either. That's why you see the revenge counter come out. And GBG, I think he overswung.
Wow.
He might be taking this revenge death ball straight to the dome. And it does connect. Raccoon took so much damage. 14K off the top. The clothes have been decimated.
I don't know if I've ever told you this, Jake, but Revenge Death Ball is one of my favorite move names in all of the fighting games, honestly.
Like, I hate you so much that I'm going to blow up your entire existence.
Revenge Death Ball is bananas, man, and that's exactly what Blendian put on him early. But he's got to be careful with his Super Baby. I like the tag out, right, because he was already hurting. He was on life support a little bit. We've seen GBG powered down for access to some of the potent skill blasts that this powered down Gogeta has.
Yep, it has the wild sense as well, which you have to be so careful to deal with because even if you get momentum, even if you get this hit, you're able to escape with the kick. We're going to see what GBG goes for here. Where is the skill timing going to be? Now, GBG looking to find an ultimate, running away excellently is Blendian. Going to take so much damage, but the revenge counter burns the rest of the time. And the instant sparking was evaded.
That's what made me cold.
Exactly. You see GBG also not committing to a prolonged super dash, right? He really does want to open up himself for his opponent to just check the
That was
approach.
crazy
He's doing
mix-up.
exactly that right now, getting the back shots on Raccoon, but instead holding some of his own right now.
And the 4 Bagaja are back, so you can utilize that skill to get the buffs, get the instant spark again. You just have to create that space. GBG activating the wild sense and is still under duress, even though you got the kick to escape. It wasn't enough. The super counter twice in a row got him out of dodge, and now we're back to Raccoon on Raccoon.
Yes, indeed. Raccoon violence definitely on full display here. GBG with a tattered gear, trying to take it to him, but Blendian able to interrupt that. Now we got the Vanish Wars that GBG comes out on top of.
Yeah, it just feels like GBG has had the right read on the Vanish Force so consistently, but the instant spark does end up coming out from Blendian, and this is where you can lose so much health on the Raccoon. You are going to be taking the ultimate here, comboing into it after the Grand Slash. And even got caught afterwards. Tried to evade.
Damn, the Ultimate Blast actually put down GBG's Raccoon to the last life bar.
So much.
And that's why he's going to get out, right? He wants to go Gogeta, a bit of a healthier character in here, a character with more capabilities, including that 4-bar instant spark from the skill points.
Yeah, and Blendian needs to find a way to tag out, but he's locked out. You can see that gauge slowly refilling, trying to find a way to survive on this Super Baby 2. Just getting beat down by the Ki Blast, running and running. And if you're not able to keep him locked down, you will explode here. Uh-oh. And that sequence is going to be so much. You got 1 life bar left.
Oh my.
1 left in the tank. He just needs to keep the pressure on. The super counter. It's not enough just yet. The Vanish War. You need to survive here. You can't take anything more. The punish counter. Explosive wave and finds the tag.
Wow, somehow, some way preserved the life of his character at the last moment. GBG got to be a little bit frustrated with that, but you got to have that short-term competitive memory. Put it out of your mind and get rid of this Raccoon first and foremost.
Be a goldfish. Get it right out of the dome. Out of the mind space. You have to move forward, and Blendian has just really established his life lead. Has put GBG into a compromising position, and that is a great way to reset the tempo, to reset the pace, but misses the lightning strike. Oh man, unfortunate.
Yeah, most definitely now. Both players here trying to establish their room with Ki Blast, but at the same time here, GBG gets opened up.
Nice.
Immediately dodges and gets the grab. Oh, he's an unsafe worker, bro. Head directly into the ground.
The Razor's Edge.
That's a dangerous one, too. Lethal style on that Razor's Edge. Quite the remix that I ain't seen before. GBG, though, has hit blending down to his last life bar, and he sparks up, posing on him for the influence.
If you connect with a Grand Slash here, that is going to be a dead Blendy, and you're going to take down this Raccoon. Sparking's about to run out, and you know he's fishing for the ultimate. You know that GBG is thinking about it, peppering with the Ki Blast, trying to beat the perceptions. Oh, man, and it just does not come out the ultimate. And now GBG loses the Raccoon for it, just not able to close it out. The ultimate never found its mark, and it's just 2 life bars on this Gogeta. What's it gonna be? Oh, the explosive wave, but the block comes out. The sparking is there from Blendian. If you take a Grand Slash, you lose. You will fall apart. Ultimate not coming out. You just need to find a couple more Ki Blasts. And he's charging. If he doesn't dodge all of this, it's over.
The ultimate blast, he's gonna try to connect on GBG. This would be a big upset, honestly, in my mind. And he connects
Is it enough?
GBG is gonna lose a lot of health and obliterated. The Gogeta goes down, pose out on Raccoon, sidestep on it, and brings out the 2-1 to send one of the favorites for the entire tournament into the loser side of the bracket.
That was so clutch at the end right there, utilizing the ultimate to catch him off guard. GBG knew that he needed to get a little bit more ki, needed to get that advantage set up, and that's what left him vulnerable.
Truly the dramatic showdown on that one. That was intense stuff. The ultimate blast bailing him out at the end, doing enough damage to make sure GBG falls to the losers. That's not what I was expecting in round 1 of our Dragon Ball Sparking Zero showdown.
Yeah, it is going to be a battle of the sharks down there. And falling to losers early, it's not at that sentence, but you sure have to lock
He
in
fucking
this
threw.
because the
Why would you throw
getting
like
much
that?
more stiff. And now
What was
our
like?
bracket has
What was he
developed
doing?
pretty soundly. We've gotten through the first round of winners, and we have determined both of our winners semi-finals matches, which we're going to be starting to get into.
The UI
here
user
pretty
won,
soon.
Sire.
But we've got to take a quick little second. So grab your water, grab your snacks, tell your friends. There's more Sparking
Man.
Showdown coming up very soon.
I'm really mad he threw like that. That motherfucker threw. What's today? Saturday? No. What's today? Saturday?
What is it? Oh, Sunday.
Sunday. Surprised they did this on a Sunday. Cause they have the Dragon Balls.
Oh, so you're watching that this year?
I'm watching, streaming it. And one of the people I was rooting for just fucking did some stupid shit. And everybody just like, what the fuck was that? You are winning hands down. I guess we'll see. I'm disappointed in GBG though. I'm upset at that. We put the food in the fridge.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
We'll make I'll make probably loaded potatoes, stuffed potatoes. Niggas really threw that, though. Why would he throw that game like that?
You're gonna make You're gonna put in spinach.
You get in there and go make it. Show me how it's done. He threw that, y'all. Really, really bad. But he does get to fight in the loser's bracket, so I guess we'll see how that goes. But I don't really think, I don't know, his brain just turned into potato pus. It was a good try though. I'm mad he threw like that, guys. I'm really mad. Shit. He hard threw too. What you shoot? Who else is out there with your braids? The cute, the little.
They were laying together today, so sweet. Their chubby
I got
selves.
close to the rest of the group. The rest of the night,
Yeah, I don't see like the same guy like in but like yeah, no. It's like you can tell he's trying to keep them like give them some, but it's like yeah, they definitely need somewhere like yeah. They're so cute.
So what did we learn today, guys? Shit that you all should need to go. You gotta go. All right, back. God, they still on break. I don't know what's taking so long. Alright, it's finally coming back.
Welcome back to Dragon Ball Sparking
There
Zero,
we
the
go.
dramatic showdown. You already know myself, Ringe, along with Jake Ryan here, holding down the ones and twos for the first shift. And Jake, you know, we had some technical difficulties that kind of spiraled and snowballed into some things that we got to replay. Why don't you break it down for the people when you get the chance?
I mean, much like when Team Gohan made the mistake versus Cell to not finish him off, we did have some capsule shenanigans that we are going to have to account for. So we are going to see a match replayed here.
Second match, correct?
Yeah, the second match replayed here because we did have a capsule mishap. We are going to start with the set already underway.
Wait,
and
what?
we are going to be completing that set now. Capsules have been fixed. We have identified the root of the problem, and it should not be an issue go forward. But we are going to have to replay this match just to make sure that the players have, you know, full capability and, you know, the full output of their characters available to them in this rule set.
Precisely. So I believe we're going to be going back into Drashtray Sparking versus Cali Remy. Again, our second, if I'm not mistaken, Drashtray Sparking is going to be starting this set 1-0 lead.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, right?
You
so
are,
we're going to
yeah.
be replaying essentially the second and, if necessary, the third game of this set to make sure we got it all prim and proper along with the rules set. We're going to make sure we get the players advancing as they should properly. So obviously, Drashtray Sparking looked really good in that set initially up against Cali Remy, but who knows, right? Cali Remy might have figured some things out, getting a chance at another opportunity via the capsule shenanigans. Who knows, he might be able to run 2 games back and change the course of history that we know.
Yeah, the items can really make that big of a difference, and it is going to be the Gotenks. So access to, you know, God of Destruction training and the Master Roshi training,
Yeah,
2
what the
capsules
fuck,
can make
yeah.
a world of
See
difference.
it coming.
We are going to see if it is enough for Cali Remy. He did have them for the first game, and it ended up not being enough. It was Drashtray Sparking really running away with it and just being such a force of nature on the UI Goku sign. So let's see if it is a sign for things to come. We are getting extra matches, and, you know, I'm never shy to be thankful for more matches.
Absolutely.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It's what adds the drama to the dramatic showdown.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to know what actual part of Japan Cali Remy's from, because to me, he kind of strikes me as an Osaka fella, you know what I mean? He's got a little bit more sauce to him, as well as the Cali part of his name. Osaka, often thought of as a, well, it geographically is the west coast of Japan, but it's also got a bit more of a west coast vibe as well if you're trying to analogize it to America. Of course, I don't think analogize is a word, but, you know, we making stuff up over here. On the other side, Drashtray Sparking has been looking extremely strong via the French contingent, as he's wont to do, right? He is going to be starting this set 1-0, considering where we're beginning in the redo. So yeah, man, he's all he's got to do is put 1 game away. He's going to be advancing to where he was before.
Yeah, and we're going to get right into the action here. It is going to be Cali Remy versus Drashtray Sparking. The Gotenks has the items ready to go, and you can see the difference here. He's got a little bit of extra health. He's got more in the tank to deal with. The Drashtray already establishing a lead, getting that first Ki Blast loop, and we are seeing results reminiscent of the previous set these two played. Drashtray getting that lead early.
Oh, yes, indeed, and already countering him up. Oh, and then again, not letting him get any room to work with here or any type of offensive capabilities. Right now, Cali Remy trying to make the most of the second chance that he got, but on the other end, Drashtray Sparking has been elite with his UI Goku.
Yeah, the defense has been so on point as well. It's been very hard for Cali Remy to find any opportunities to really open up Drashtray Sparking. Tagging into the Raccoon now, though. Going to get a little bit of that health back on the Gotenks. UI Goku still got those 4 bars of health and going to tag into his own Raccoon.
Indeed, the Raccoon has been doing major work here. It's obviously one of the premier characters to put on your squad. Has immense amounts of health, as well as a very hard to avoid ultimate blast. So if you can set that up with the Grand Slash, you're really going to be putting yourself in prime position to hurt your opponent.
Wow, and I really love that super counter from Cali Remy, understanding the timing that's coming out from Drashtray. 3 in a row. There's so much to think about now. The instant spark is available. Gotenks can really start to fall apart here. It's going to be a ton of damage if he can find it in, if he can keep Cali Remy locked down. And look at the key. He has nothing to really escape. He has no way to really super dash out of here. And now knocked down. Uh-oh. Bing, 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 bing. The health is just disappearing.
Head over heels for him, indeed. And that's going to give him a knockdown long enough to actually charge up all the way to the Sparking. But yeah, Gotenks was going to try, but a nice Ki Blast sent down from Drashtray to make sure that was not free.
Yeah, and I mean, just going to try to run away as much as you can. against that next sparking, but finds the end. The Z-Burst dash is so good. A little bit of the ultimate left just to get the Vanish War continuing and trying to get another sparking activated. Scream at him. Does connect, getting a little bit of damage on Drastre, but I mean, it's not a critical hit, right? So you still feel good. The most important part was the tag.
Yeah, precisely, and this is going to give Cali Remy an opportunity with this full health Raccoon. Oh, wiggle them hips. Dance on him. New Day would be proud right now. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Drastre.
Oh, the counter with the skill. It does end up smoking him. Only doing a little bit of damage there and gets the tag, so it was just an interrupt. And I think he got straight out of the ultimate. I think he flew high enough, fast enough. We'll see. Does he reach?
Yeah, it's going to be too far away. Oh, yeah, indeed. He's going to be able to block it out here.
Yeah, and just getting the charge on, knowing that it would be kind of difficult to get a full punish there. So Drastre just getting the key advantage because now Cali in a pretty bad spot. If he's able to find a Vanish or get a super counter, he can't win this Vanish War. Just resets the pressure once again.
Piecing this man's up. Oh
hate
my goodness, nice
fucking,
dodge as well here, but he's gonna get the back turn. He tried to even base something out right there, some type of counter response.
I hate iPhone always trying to correct when I'm
Still
right.
going to work, especially with the instant spark. He's been at 4 skill
Them
points. on
fucking words.
And now,
But then I'm afraid if I
Drastre
turn it
able
off,
to
I
survive
have
this,
some
has 4
shit.
skill points of their own, can go into the counter. Instant spark and just continues to hit the Grand Slash, just taking the legs out of the situation, interrupting the instant sparking timing though. And a little bit of time left. Cali Remy, do you go for the ultimate? He does.
He's going to pop off with the ultimate blast. He's going to try to catch him in the recovery of the teleport. We'll see if it connects properly. And it is going to indeed. Cali Remy.
Dang. 1.5 bars off the top. Raccoon ain't working with a lot of hair already, so you can't afford to take that hair off the top. And the instant spark interrupted again. Gotenks is unrelenting, and Cali Remy is looking great, but look at the health on Gotenks. It's only 1 bar, and this Ki Blast loop might just be enough as long as he can finish it. But nah, it's going to be the instant spark at full screen, but that extra ability, that extra capsule you saw, gave him that life bar back.
Indeed, and from what I recall correctly, they definitely managed to normalize a lot of the Ki Blast loops so you don't just get infinitely dogged on. But Cali Remy, he don't got a lot of health to work with right now. Drastre very close to closing out the Gotenks. He just needs 1 more Ki Blast to do it. Hasn't found the landing just yet. Cali Remy's doing a great job avoiding and getting the Raccoon in, who is still very healthy.
And it was all about building the time to get the tag cooldown relieved, right? You're stuck in that position where you're just under duress. You can't really do anything. And Raccoon doesn't have very good answer to this charged Ki Blast barrage that Drastre is putting on with the UI Goku. Just so dang strong. And I mean, the health is evaporating quickly. Finds low, and wow, the way he moved to find the back again, not able to get a full extension, but the movement is just so good from Drastre.
Yeah, 100%, man. You can see Drastre has been in such control of the set throughout it. Cali Remy doing a great job right now. Oh, especially pose on him, bro. Thank you for the influence. Thank you for the likes. I need brand deals. Hit me up real quick at Raccoon.
Yeah, and I mean, able to get Cali Remy off of him, utilizing that revenge counter, but still stuck in a Vanish War. You will not win this Vanish War against an opponent in sparking. He just opts for the revenge counter. Actually, a very interesting decision.
Oh, the ultimate blast again. I think he did. He ended up getting real close at the wrong moment. Ultimate blast connects.
Drastre gonna be taking a hefty amount of damage here. Raccoon not done. The tag will be available, and it is going to be Goku coming right back in. Cali Remy leading out on this Gotenks, and now in sparking. If you take any of these charged E-Blasts, you might just fall over. Gotenks has to find a way to evade, has to find a way to keep away from this UI Goku.
Can't keep running away. Oh, it's one of the classics.
Uh-oh.
And Drastre is going to show him, if you ain't familiar with the far side, you will be by the end of this match. Ooh, only 60 seconds on the clock as well as he's managed to hold on to an invisible pixel. I don't even know how Gotenks was still alive, but he does get Ki Blast down. Raccoon come to the battlefield.
Yep, and you got 53 seconds left on the clock, which means there's not a lot of time to work with. You know that Drastre has the character lead. It's sparking on sparking, and you have to set the pace now. You have to get this to connect. If you get this to connect, you might just kill the UI Goku sign. Did you block in time, Drastre?
With the ultimate blast.
He got him!
Oh, you be hurting. That's what that ultimate blast
shit.
is for. This Drastre looking disastrous right now.
Yeah, Drastre has an ultimate of his own. Just really don't want to lose the Goku. Gets the tag out. And the life lead, it's not there. Drastray is still in a deficit. Cali has the life lead.
100%, even with the character gone, Cali Remy is 100% in the lead right now. Drashtray's got to make some desperate attempts to get this life bar whittled down. And always just letting him wiggle on him. Come on, bro. He's shaking his hips. You gonna let him shake your hips at you?
Yeah, trying to get as much of a life lead as possible. The sparking has been activated, and now
Wait a
if you
minute.
lose this life bar, this is huge. There's only 2 life bars left available. Drastray trying to keep away for 10 seconds on this sparking. It's gonna be so close. If this ultimate connects, it's gonna be a guaranteed win for Cali Remy to take us to game 3.
Yeah, boy, running away, I think, though. Drastray, I don't think he's gonna have to worry
Missed.
about this. He doesn't. Can he get a punish in
4 seconds.
before the rest of his timer gets out? I still think he needs a little bit of damage if he's hoping to win. We're gonna find out, and he did need more damage. Cali Remy posing on him.
Yeah, Drastray not closing the gap there actually gave Cali Remy the back into the match, and now it's a 1-1 situation. The items make the difference. He gets that extra health bar back on Gochanks, which stunts the bleeding, which gives him that life lead and ultimately puts Drastray in a compromising position. Japan has the opportunity to now, you know, send France to the loser's side here once the timeline. I didn't know we had the time ring here.
The timeline indeed can be disrupted. The multiverse can expand even more so than we thought previously. That might be on the horizon here as Cali Remy, the Japan representative, able to bounce back. Again, if you're just joining us and you're like, wait, didn't these guys already play? They did indeed, but we had some miscalculations with the capsules. Seemed like some players were using the wrong ones, and because of that, we are running this set back with Drastray being up 1-0, but now it is tied 1-1 just like that as Cali Remy puts a dub on the board.
And I mean, you had 8 universes in the Tournament of Power. This is the Universe 9. The timeline is different. Right? We have
never been exposed to this one before.
We've accessed and tapped into a different timeline here. We're just making sure that everything is set up accordingly. We want to make sure that the items are all there. Thank you all for enjoying the show so far. If you've been enjoying everything, Sparking Zero really have been. Oh, dude, he does have the drip. Sorry, I got distracted. The pants go crazy.
I'm telling you now, I could tell from jump that this man was saucy 100% right here. That's why I want to know which region in Japan he's from. Not to take anything away from Tokyo, of course. I was just in Tokyo, and the fashion game out in Tokyo is top-notch. So he might be from East Coast Japan as well. You know, I just haven't been to Osaka myself, and I'm looking forward to going there one day.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just making sure that everything is organized and appropriate here for this set. A lot is on the line. Like we said, this is winner's side. We're going to make sure this set is played, you know, to
Real proper like.
Yeah, real proper. Got to make sure all the rules are checked, and it's important, especially with I mean, the rule set really matters, especially for the characters that you qualified with, because the capsules can make a big difference, especially when the discrepancy is there. And I mean, UI Goku he's got so much power. The thing is, he also gets the Masters Roshi's training, so it's not like he's capsule-less. And we just want to make sure that everything looks correct, and our T's are crossed, our I's are dotted, and our eyes are on the prize, because these players are playing, you know, they're playing for pride, they're playing for their region, and they're playing for the title of the champion of the Dramatic Showdown.
Indeed, right? Yeah, there's cash on the line as well. So all of these players looking to add a bunch of stuff to not only their wallets, their bank accounts, but their reputation as well, their profile when it comes to the competitive gaming scene. That's what they're looking for right now. So both these players tied up, Drastray versus Cali Remy, both at 1-up after the redo has begun. Of course, Drastray started his redo up 1-0 because there was no shenanigans in that first game, but the second game got a little funky because of the lobby system and all that. So Cali Remy is getting a big chance right now and has tied it already up 1-1 and is 1 game away from
Cali Remy could do it. He just got to lock in.
And advancing ever so closer to that grand finals.
Yeah, having another game 3 is also incredible. And I mean, I just like seeing the high-level Sparking Zero, seeing these guys elevate their gameplay, seeing them push each other to the limit, whether it be the Vanish Wars, Super Counters, utilization of their skill bars, like the Sparking and the Keep Away game too. Like all the aspects, you get that fully rounded player, and it puts on one hell of a show. And we look like we are getting into it.
So it's going to be game 3 here. Drastray versus Cali Remy. We are 1-up. Winner of this advances into the winner's bracket. And of course, loser drops down. It's a loser's bracket where your second chance is upon you right now, though. Cali Remy trying to get back to it. And of course, if the rule set is the same, as the qualifiers.
All right,
will always
let's
play
see.
Game 3 on good old Planet Namek.
Yep, you got to make sure that we are equalized. There is not going to be a different stage at that point, so I like that we're going to Namek. It's blowing up in 5 minutes.
Oh, nah.
But the round is 6 minutes, Rand.
You're going to play in the post-apocalyptic Planet Namek.
He locked it in.
Yeah.
4 super counters? Oh, I thought we were going to get 5. That was great from Cali Remy. The reactions were so clean. I'm going to tag out.
Barely locked in.
Health back and utilize the Raccoon, but he's just getting peppered again with those charged Ki blasts. It's so hard to deal with as Raccoon.
I'm head over heels for your Ki Blast. Put that on a Valentine's Day card, even though it's already passed. Cali Remy looking to try to get in on this Raccoon, but this Drastray just making sure he stays at bay.
Yeah, not giving him really any opportunity to charge up the Ki as well, just utilizing most of it to evade, and that's not what you want to do. It's just so difficult, and now with the instant sparking, all the buffs in the world, you see Cali Remy try to put on the initiative, because if you take all this extra damage, you're going to be in so much trouble. Bruh. Like, Goku is so hard to deal with.
Yeah, exactly right. You have Goku. He's been so evasive in addition to just smacking you in the mouth every chance they get. And Drastray, look at that, already back in sparking in an instant. Got the big knockdown that bought him some breathing room to get back into it. He's just been able to control and really abuse Ki Blast in sparking because of it.
Yeah, and being able to get it back-to-back with the utilization of the instant sparking and then the space that you create after the double giant slash to knock your opponent down is quite difficult. And Cali Remy is bleeding out on this Gotenks. Of course, he has the capsule, which we're getting a little bit of health back once we get below, but he is low on skill gauge. He's low on damage on Drastray, and he's running out of options here. Drastray is looking to repeat the pass.
Nah. Again, he's just peppering them. I want to season them with Ki Blast. Sounds vicious. I want to season them. And now, oh my goodness, again,
Every time he charges, he's like, what are you doing?
You ain't getting no type of free key charge over here, brother. You gotta pay for your life.
He says, you're not even in my same tax bracket of power level. You think you can charge near me?
Don't you know this, BP? You can't look at this without going bankrupt. You already know how we get down.
Man, ankles again.
Oh, the grand slash.
Time, boom.
Oh,
takes the knockdown, and hey, guess what? We're back in sparking. Cali Remy is bleeding out on both characters now. The Gotenks in trouble. The Raccoon in trouble. Got back to 4 life bars at least, but Drastray can do so much damage, especially on a sitting duck of a keyless Gotenks.
Yes, indeed, and it's exactly what's going right now. Oh, head over heels. I know you in love with me, but I already am committed to the W. Drastray.
Another one.
Look at it.
Another one.
Oh,
Another one.
You will not go
Another one.
to the night. Beautiful
Oh,
counters.
it's not enough.
Feel. Back of the neck gets clipped.
Oh, dude, the super counters, even though the timings have been so great, it just feels like it's not enough for Cali Remy. Down to that last life bar. 4 bars are available on the skill gauge for Cali Remy. There's no key to escape. They can't build space, and you need to find a way to tag out the revenge counter, trying to build that space. And no, the tag just isn't there. Gotenks falls. Drastray sparking in a pivotal point, a pivotal position to take this clean with the 2-1.
Yes, indeed. Cali Remy right now back against the Rogue, getting pieced up by the Ultra Instinct Goku. You already know what it be. Oh my goodness, the movement to the back. Give me that.
Again, Drastray is just untouchable at this point. Raccoon coming in.
Raccoon on Raccoon violence.
And Drastray had the key advantage there, just chasing him down. We haven't seen Cali Remy really able to get anything set up. About to fall, and Japan has fallen to losers. Drastray sparking does it again in the run back. Convincingly makes it happen. And I mean, Raccoon said it. He said, I'm so over it. He said, I could do it twice. I'll do it for you again.
Straight up, that's exactly what he did. Got a quick little run back to make sure that Drastray confirmed the victory real proper, like, right? Made sure everything was all good regarding the items and all the other rules that we need to abide by when it comes to the dramatic showdown. And Drastray was like, you ain't taking this dub from me. I'm going to advance into the winner semis, whether y'all like it or not.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's going to allow us to continue forward with our bracket. So we'll get a little bit of an update on the bracket here for y'all. If you're just joining us, we have just finished our replay of a match, which now is going to be taking us to the losers side of things. We're going to be breaking down our next couple matches. Drastray Sparking versus Cali Remy was what we just concluded, and now it's going to be Potato 726 versus GBG YT. So we're going to see that Gogeta 4 again duking it out against the other side of the fusions. But winner's side has shaken up like this. Serious Sword 24 and Drastray Sparking are still going to be on the top of the table. And then loser side, it is going to be the Saru 666 versus Blendian.
Yeah, very nicely done by all of our winners semifinals participants. Have advanced to the side of the bracket, inching closer and closer to trying to get into that winners finals and the grand finals. Obviously, to be crowned Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Dramatic Showdown champion. But you can see the losers bracket is shaping up for some elite competition as well. Deadliest Spartan, aka Dead Luis Spartan, coming in versus Cali Remy and Potato 726 going up against GBG.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And we are going to be going down to Potato versus GBG first because we did just see Cali Remy duke it out. So give him a second to, collect himself, think about the match at hand, and then come in prepared. Enter the Mind Palace. Enter the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Come out a new warrior. That's how Gotenks escaped, right? The scream, the sound, everything. You got to break the sound barrier. You got to break your own barrier, the Zenkai Boost.
Have you delved into your own Mind Palace, Jake Ryan?
Oh, every day.
Every day?
As a father, I have to.
Oh, that's facts, actually. I forgot.
I have to now.
Again, big congrats on that, by the way.
Brother, thanks.
Was it 5 months now?
Yeah.
5 months
I got my own
now,
little Gohan. It's
dude,
incredible.
Father, that's incredible.
No tail, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate, right?
Not sure when that comes in.
That means, the Saiyan blood might be running thin, but it's okay. 100%. He's going to have that Saiyan spirit, as we all know and love, of course. And as Jake Ryan said, we just saw Cali Remy participate, so we're going to drop down to the other side of that losers bracket. It's going to be Potato 726 going up against GBGYT. Man, my man Potato, he's studying over there?
Yeah, they're making sure that they're looking at the character selection. They want to pick the right asset, the right tool for the job, especially when you know your opponent is presenting you with their point character. So again, this is a battle of the fusions. This is a matchup that you only see in this type of game, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, where they actually get to go head to head. I mean, you got to see it in Dragon Ball FighterZ, but now it is the battle of the fusions, and I love that we get to see it too, because it's like the peak of power levels of both of their respective versions, their respective universes, whatever you will. It's the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta. And it's like G on G violence. We got 2 Gokus and 2 Vegetas all in one nice package.
That's nuts.
That's right. That's great. I love it. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. That's the stuff of Legends. That's the stuff you talk about as kids. You're like, man, well, this Gogeta would beat this Gogeta. Be like, well, this one is a stronger form here, and it's just the rabbit hole continues and continues, and the discussion is what makes Dragon Ball something so great. So I love that we get to see all these high power characters duke it out here in Sparking Zero, and both these points, no capsules. They're at the power level that they are. They don't need any help.
Yeah, 100% right. They are holding it down dolo when it comes to that. They don't need any additional strength because they are 2 of the most powerful characters, not only in the game, but of course canon-wise. That is how a lot of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero kind of balances the character strength in the first place, really adhering to the canon of Dragon Ball, whether it be the manga or the anime, making sure the most powerful characters feel like that. And we got little caveats, right, when it comes to the lower powered characters, giving them some items to make sure they're fighting on even ground. We do want to make sure all of these participants get a fair shot at claiming the crown themselves. But of course, now we are in the losers bracket, so this is your second chance, fam. No more safety nets. If you fall into the grave.
Yeah, man, I really wonder how many capsules they give the Yamcha. He really needs some help. Hercule as well. Like, you're looking at those characters, like, dang, they need some resistance.
They gotta give him what Otani gets, you feel me? Like,
oh, yeah.
Could be a Japanese baseball player.
Yeah, they gotta give him everything. All the luxuries, all the luxuries.
My man, Roki Sasaki. Ooh-wee.
Oh, man.
That boy, legit.
Well, no capsules to be presented here. We've got the 2 top dogs of the BP listings here. It is going to be Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta versus Gogeta 4.
Oh my God, bro. Gogeta on Gogeta action. You can tell because
Gogeta on Gogeta
the
Prime.
smack talk is in
See how it goes
right now, and already Potato off to the races. He's actually the leader one of GBG's life bars already.
Yeah, it's so fast how Gogeta I mean, Gogeta 4 can really just rip you apart, but the same can be said for Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. It's such a difficult, you know, battle to win because these high VP characters, just every single string, it's like 8K, 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 off the top, off the top. It's so difficult to deal with. Like, look at that!
Yeah, legitimately, brother. Life bars are just getting deleted by simple combos. Only a couple of hits is necessary because that's how hard these characters hit. I love the Vest game as well from both of them.
Yeah, dude, the Vest is so sharp on both. But then you have, you know, the Primal Saiyan look with the fur.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
On the other side, you just got the Vest and the blue hair.
Yeah, this ain't faux, baby. This is all natural.
Exactly. Can you imagine? I just picked this up at the store.
Oh, man, but right now, GBG. Oh, the bait out and counter right there. That was a slick way to sprinkle on some more damage. And yeah, Potato looking to save the Gogeta. I think he was down to his last life bar, if I'm not mistaken. And now we got Raccoon on Raccoon violence.
Yeah, I think Raccoon has really been the staple here for all of the players. They know exactly how strong this player can be. The Razor's Edge.
Unsafe worker, dropping him directly on his head. Who are you, Owen Hart?
Hard hats are required to fight in this arena, and I don't think they have them in this universe.
Yeah, I don't think so one bit.
Not as a Saiyan warrior, not as a space warrior like Raccoon. Oh, it's so fast. I love that the Vanish Wars, as they keep going and going, it's like, man, this is mad quick. You better have reactions of a god, or you better have the key available because, I mean, that's exactly where they lost the board. There was nothing left, but the super counters are coming out in clutch. Oh, back to back.
Indeed, bruh. Whoa. Owen Hart, safe worker, by the way, but you know, Stone Cold kind of straight. It'd be what it be. GBG trying to hold on to this life lead here. Both of these players not making too much headway on the Raccoon, but Potato finally able to whittle down that life bar a little bit, getting him to only 2 stocks in the back pocket.
Yep, and about to be at that 4 skill gauge point. Potato will likely try to establish some space here if he can get GBG off of him to build up an instant spark. But down we go, Razor's Edge, but the revenge counter is what we saw, and the instant spark does come through. Potato finds the opportunity, gets just enough space to now lock down GBG, and that's why you see the run starting to come in. You get one good extension, you can get an ultimate to connect, and you don't win this Vanish War, you don't have a lot of key anyways.
Yeah, exactly. GBG, he would have been pretty empty on the key blast. I mean, he still is at this point.
Oh. Feel it in my soul, yep, and that's massive damage. There's not a lot of key to work with. Lightning Strike, again, getting even more damage off the top for GBG, but striking back. Potato has lost momentum.
Never go quietly into the night, that is for show. GBG now down to his last life bar, but he's been able to get out some offense here again, finding the hits on Potato. Oh, never mind now. Oh, Potato on the verge of taking out GBG's Raccoon. Is he going to try to tag out? He hasn't been given any breathing room to do so. And into the grave he goes. The Gogeta recovering a little bit of health, but still in the danger zone.
And that's what becomes so hard, especially when you're under duress against your opponent. Getting that key back to find an escape is so dang hard. Instant Spark is interrupted there, but it costs the skill points from GBG. You got to be able to take down this Gogeta port before the Instant Spark can come through. And there's not a lot of health left. Gets the key charge and activated the Wild Sense too. So that's 2 skill gauges off the top. Instead of opting for the Instant Spark, you're just trying to keep him safe. Oh, in the back, it's turned, and the Key Blast finds its mark. GBG losing the first game. Potato looking sharp with the red Gogeta this time around. Look how smug that fella is. Every time, dude. It's so cool. The arms crossed, the leg fighting style. Oh, God.
And like that, usually the red is the color of the coats of the GBG countrymen, but right now, that is the color of the hair of Gogeta 4 right now, taking him down already 1-0. For the man's Potato.
Dude, the Red Saiyans are coming. It is difficult to deal with these apes, man. They got new transformations all the time, every time. Like, why didn't I never get that one? Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyans. Like, that one's pretty cool. Like, we have a red form, but it has less hair, less fur,
exactly, bro.
no tail. Can we do like a trade? Can we have like some of the feature? Like, what if it was Super Saiyan 5? He's blue.
Oh my gosh! Don't even bring up the numbers higher than 4 at this point.
Yeah. It's like the fan knowledge is like the super god.
Yeah.
It's just Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Absolutely love every single transformation and what Dragon Ball has presented us, like the different power levels, the different storylines. Every single work that Toriyama has delivered, has given us, has been a gift, and he's delivered. So fans across the world.
An eternal gift, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. The eternal dragon, the eternal gift that is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And the event that we have here today, a 1-0 lead has been given to Potato. So it is up to GBG to do or die here. You're on a potential tournament point. You don't want to go down with no wins. Unfortunately, one of these players has that destiny in their hands. Let's see who defies destiny and who, makes their own story here. Game 2.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. It's going to be again GBG on the Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan, that is the blue side of the neighborhood right now, while Potato representing the red side of the neighborhood, already up 1-0.
We're taking mad damage here on both characters. Potato is hitting so hard onto the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta. God. Nah, dude, you can't escape yet. And I mean, he just has his life lead, but it evaporates in an instant. It's going to come down to these super counters because you don't want to give up too much gauge.
They say you cannot escape, and no truer words have been spoken. You must believe you're going to pay with your life either way when you try to get out of the danger zone of the Super Saiyan 4.
We countered on the skill right there. That's massive.
Potato looking kind of cracked.
We saw another revenge counter come out almost every single time. Does not want to take any of this pressure from GBG. And now down to just 2 life bars. A lot of skill gauge in the tank, though. Oh, that was a whiff on the full combo. The spacing on the stage got a little bit awkward. Oh, Sonic Sway, first one we see in the set.
Go over there and fuck us up.
Yes, indeed. You're going to take the opportunity to knock the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan away, and then bring in the Raccoon. You know what it is. Get the healthy character in. Trying to
Leave that deer
bring back some
alone.
life of the Gogeta on his own side. And yeah, GBG is going to want to escape and get that unhealthy Super Saiyan out.
Yeah, and we see the switch from GBG here over to the Bardock to support the Gogeta Blue. I mean, Potato has had to stick with the Raccoon, not able to switch because he was the victor in the last match. There's another Banish War that we're going to see here, and there's no key left for Potato to really substantiate the rest of that war, and the super counter just wasn't present. But now, oh my god, Bardock is doing work.
Oh, he had a Bardock from GBG. He's trying to switch it up a little bit, right? Put a different character on the squad. Didn't just want to match Raccoon, but Raccoon, and he's bringing in, Potato bringing in the Gogeta back in his own right now, trying to shave down that life on the Bardock. Make sure both of these characters are on life support before he knows it.
Absolutely putting the hurt on Grandpa. It is not a good time to be Bardock.
Hey, Grandpa.
You are fighting the strongest version of your grandson plus his best friend.
Yeah, good luck.
You're in trouble. Wild Sense is activated there from Potato, which got him out of that situation. It leaves Instant Sparking off the table. You might see it activated again, but Sonic Sway builds a ton of time, takes a little bit more key away from GBG. Massive damage opportunity in the counter cannon. Oh, bro, dude, every single time Gogeta counters you, it's just so confident.
100%. He makes you feel the salt in the wound on top of everything else. Bardock instantly deleted by the rush attack. My goodness, bro, this character is what we talked about. Can implement so much damage so quickly if he gets that opportunity to do so.
That potency of this high BP character just does such. It's the stopping power behind the damage of Gogeta 4. It's just so hard to deal with. Red and blue.
But right now, of course, now it's GBG's turn to start getting his rocks
I
off.
am not playing with
exactly that until Potato put a stop to this. We're going to sacrifice our key until he mistimed it, or maybe he just chose to take the L. All right on your head and your neck. My goodness, going to the hospital with it. GBG looking in dire straits.
Yeah, less than a life bar here. About to have the Instant Spark available for Potato as well. That's why GBG is unrelenting in this pressure. The Vanish War, you don't have the key to win this. Utilizes the revenge counter, trying to build a lot of space. The clash right there, it doesn't work out for GBG. He can't afford to take any other strings. That's why the throw connecting is so huge here. Potato having so much health to still work with on the Raccoon. And the Razor's Edge, it might be enough. It's not just yet, but you are so stuck on that again. What? Twice? Do you do it one more time? Nah, it's just the string afterwards. GBG trying to run, trying to stay alive in this tournament, not wanting to go out 0-2, not wanting to be out just yet. And the Key Blast from Gogeta Red does it. Potato with the 2-0 Potato. That's how the match goes.
Sniping with the Key Blast right there. I thought he was about to hit him with the SF6, to be honest. I thought he was going to throw loop this man till he died, but instead, GBG did escape, but not for long. Great stuff from Potato. 7-2-6 right there to close out the game against, honestly, one of the favorites coming into this tournament. GBG, like we talked about, one of the premier content creators, not only for Dramatic Showdown, but Dragon Ball games in general. And this time, man's got served by a Potato.
And that's what's so hard, man. I mean, this is a worldwide affair, and there's going to be winners, and there are going to be losers, and that is how the cookie crumbles, man. It is just the fate of competitors. You can only have one come out on top, even in a double elim environment. Max, you get 2 chances to really seal your own fate. So, you know, shout outs to GBG. Unfortunately, our first warrior falling out of the bracket. Potato is going to have another opportunity to move forward now in losers round 2, which leads us into our second round of losers round 1. It is going to be Deadliest Spartan versus Cali Remy. So it is going to be the Mexico versus Japan match here.
Yeah, that's what hurts, honestly. 2 of my favorite regions. As part Mexican myself, always partial to Mexico. And, of course, we all are fans of Japan, the motherland of fighting games. So it's going to be tough to see one of these regions fall out in the first round of losers. But it be what it be when we got those elite competitors on deck right here. And I just noticed, actually, when Cali Remy was making his way to the stage, the bottom of the hair is dyed. I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, that's
This man is saucy, bro.
Cali Remy is the drip king.
Yeah,
I do believe so. The style is unmatched. I gotta ask exactly where they're from to make sure, you know, the connection. And I mean, when you come to an event, it's a worldwide affair. You're going to the World Finals, and you qualified in, you know, the marquee state of fighting games, the marquee country of Japan. You gotta be dressed to the nines. You have to dress to impress, and that is what we are seeing from Cali Remy. And I'm loving what we've seen so far. Deadliest Spartan, though, representing Mexico. Well, I'm really looking forward to how this match shapes
I'm mad as hell he lost, guys.
So
Like, what was
second
that?
losers match again? One of these players is going home without a victory under their belt. Not what you want, especially once you've earned this position. But it's, I mean, it's do or die for both these players. You got one more chance to make your mark.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the nature of the double elimination bracket, right? Unfortunately, 2 of these players are going to go 0-2, and I have to go back to the drawing board when it comes to competing in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. But obviously, they're all putting on a show. GBG, one of the best to do it, the first soldier to fall. There's no shame in that. One of these players is going to be joining them, and one of these players is going to be keeping their dreams alive.
I mean, it's the fact that you have your destiny in your own hands is the most important piece. It's much like the storyline when you're going into the what-if events. If you can fulfill the conditions, you get to go on the story path that you know and love, or, you know, some unexpected results. So you want to make sure that you win and get the path that you want, the path that you believe you deserve here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what both players are trying to earn, to make sure they stay alive and continue to progress in the losers bracket side of things, giving themselves another chance at potentially winning the whole tournament, right? Just because you drop to the losers bracket doesn't mean you out of the whole shebang. You can actually work your way back into it. For those that are unfamiliar with the double elimination style of tournament, they do have an opportunity to make their way all the way through that losers bracket side of things and make their way to grand finals themselves. Gonna have a long road ahead of them, but definitely accomplishable, and obviously they're all aiming for that when they come to bat.
A realistic and achievable goal for both of these players, and I mean,
achievable is a much better word than accomplishable. Thank you.
Zenkai boost, they're a thing in Dragon Ball for a reason, and we've seen many a champions come from the loser side. Even though it is seldom it occurs, when it happens, it's magic. And if I've seen any series provide me magic, it is none other than Dragon Ball and Sparking Zero. Losers Round 1, second edition. We're getting into it here. Deadliest Spartan on the Golden Frieza. Cali Remy rocking the goat tanks to keep the bananas. Keep your eyes peeled on the key gauges.
Eyes open. Shout out Slee Chung. You already know Deadliest Spartan, obviously the Golden Frieza, tied to Mexico. This is one of the characters he earned via the qualification spot. And as you mentioned, goat tanks for Cali Remy as well, being the Japan representative. All these characters. Oh my god, he's spinning on him, dog. Cartwheels and all that acrobatic on A+.
Yeah, really just playing the game against Perception incredibly well, waiting for Deadliest Spartan to leave and opening up, and that's why you see the consistent backdashes, trying to you know, catch Deadliest Spartan and letting go of the button, because the Perception will autocorrect and you really follow those side steps every single time.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, we tried to smack the hell out of him right there. Oh my goodness.
Keep it on going. And that's why you see Cali Remy stop there for a second. Gonna just play that full screen, but the instant spark, Deadliest Spartan is in with the Frieza, and I mean, you're just a member of the Ginyu Force. I'm the main G here. Let's see how much we spend. This is gonna be huge. Do you have the inputs correct? QTE did not work out for Deadliest Spartan, and Cali Remy gets out of dodge without having to deal with the rest of this sparking.
Yeah, Yeah, Cali Remy with a nice success on the Clash War, but right now, the Louis Spartan here hasn't given up too much life. Well, what he really wants. Might need to get the Golden Freeze out ASAP here.
Look at the key lead.
Exactly.
You can't win this Vanish War.
Cali Remy here, he's staying relentless though, trying to suffocate with the pressure. Deadly Spartan finds his way out, able to launch him backwards, and instead of getting the Golden Frieza out, he is just staying persistent with the pressure.
Oh, recovered from the throw whip in time as well, and all Deadly Spartan needs to do is establish a little bit of space to get that instant sparking activated, but one lamp bar is left in the tank, and now Deadly Spartan finds the tag, was hunting for it.
Yes, indeed, getting the Grand Slash low as well. Exposing the feet, you gotta low block that manually, of course.
And it's hard, man. Like, you have to consistently look for the high with the kicks. You gotta look for the Grand Slash low. There's so much to think about. You can go for the side step, a step in. And it constantly on defense, you are being battered with different options.
100% the Raccoons. Oh my goodness, not Raccoon on Raccoon violence again. You hate to see this type of action. But Cali, when you're on the beneficiary side of it, of course, always enjoying the mirror.
Exactly. You don't want to be on the receiving side of the Raccoon beatdown, all right? Getting posed on in a competitive setting never feels good.
Yeah, not good whatsoever here. As Cali Remy still got the sparking activated here, so he's trying to abuse the Ki Blast while he can. So obviously that's going to drain one way or another here.
Oh, did you catch him slipping? You got that first hit, but he recovered in time, so Deadly Spartan has an opportunity to block it out. I want to see. And it doesn't work out. Deadly Spartan got caught reaching. That's so much damage off the top. And now Gotenks back in action, trying to be unrelenting. The first buff that we've seen come out of Deadly Spartan on the Raccoon. And it might not be enough to even survive here. You got to look for a tag. And it's not there yet. Unrelenting Cali Remy about to take out Raccoon. Had to go for the revenge counter. No tag just yet. You're still under duress. You might just lose the Raccoon. Deadliest Spartan. You needed the tag, and now you need a lifeline. It's just Golden Frieza with not a lot of life left in the tank, and you're already under duress again.
Indeed, man. It's real tough at this point. We'll see right now. Gotenks just going to work on the Deadly Spartan. He's down to his last life bar. He can't afford to take much more damage at this point. Cali Remy just looking to overwhelm him and does exactly that. 1-0 for Japan.
Japan coming out clean in that one. Cali Remy representing. It just didn't look like the game was in reach for the side of Deadly Spartan. So I need to see an adjustment. Maybe it's a change off the Raccoon. Not able to really succeed in the mirror. The Gotenks really not using the skills for anything other than the revenge counters is a great method, because anytime you see Deadly Spartan get pressure going, trying to get a little bit of damage, it's an immediate no, stop. I'm using my skill gauge. This is all Gotenks is using the skill gauge for. So
Yeah, when this tournament go off.
because the instant spark isn't available. Like, not having to prioritize that strategy, just looking for the universal defensive weapons instead.
Yeah, exactly here. We're going to jump right back into the second game where Cali Remy's trying to pick up where he left off, but then Louis Spartan making sure it's not going to be as free as before, as he was able to get off to the races with some nice damage on the Golden Frieza. But this does not say that Cali Remy has managed to turn it around once again, and every time Spartan has been able to counter or find his footing, just gets his back exposed. This is an incredible smothering from Cali right now.
Yeah, and I mean, finally able to get a little bit of momentum, but it's that same situation again. The skill gauge constantly spent on just evading, utilizing the revenge counter. I mean, the cost, it's worth the reward.
Yes, absolutely right, especially when you're able to relieve some of this pressure that your opponent is applying. And now that Louis Spartan, he's really trying to carry on this Golden Frieza, but it's getting a little dangerous, right? You've got to get him out ASAP with this low amount of life. That's exactly what happens here. Dead Louis is going to bring in his own Raccoon off that.
Yep, keeping the Raccoon in. The super counters are starting to come out. Cali Remy gets 2 in a row, and Deadly Spartan is not able to present a rebuttal.
You see here, both Raccoon on Raccoon violence. Obviously, Cali to a solid start, but he is below on the Ki Bar War.
It's always these super counters that are coming out from Cali Remy, even in a Ki Blast deficit situation. But, I mean, you can't get him 100% of the time. Deadly Spartan going back. Not back into the Frieza. We're keeping him holstered. It was actually Cali Remy. Swap.
And yeah, getting Cali Remy managing to thwart a lot of the defensive options that Dead Louis Spartan looking for. Look at this, man. He just hit him in the mouth over and over again. And what a timing on that counter to, again, make sure that Recoome gets no foothold, no start on the offense. He's having to deal with all this Gotenks pressure.
And the thing is, too, Deadliest Spartan wants to get that situation where you knock Kali Remy all the way away to get that sparking activated, and finally found, you know, the height off of that upwards dash to get it. Grand Slash into the ultimate, immediately going to spend. Just be a ton of damage off the top for Kali Remy, and, you know, giving. No, he vanished almost all of it. He missed the last input. Great timing, but you need to hit every single one.
Precisely, right? Yeah, as you mentioned, Jay, you could actually vanish every single hit of that, but your timing has to be very on point, and Kali just ended up flubbing at the end, and now we got clash sequences. Oh, he pressed the wrong button, and now getting clipped in the face, my goodness. Deadliest Spartan getting launched across the screen, giving Kali plenty of time to get the instant sparking off.
Yeah, and it's very scary here. Deadliest Spartan does have a good amount of key to run and keep away here to burn out the rest of the sparking time, but finds the Grand Slash, gets the crumple, and you cannot afford to take an ultimate here. I think you have the opportunity to just block this out. I do believe that this is just going to keep Kali Remy safe.
We'll see.
Oh, we connected!
Oh, yeah, I don't know if it was because of the back exposure and he wasn't able to turn around in time. I thought he would have been able to turn around in time and dodge or at least block it out as well, but then Luis, maybe he was trying to put big bets on dodging it entirely and flub. Either way, Kali Remy gonna be able to continue this pressure here. Oh, does get smacked in the mouth in the middle of it though. Deadliest, he's got to make something happen now.
And I like this from Deadliest Spartan. He's not tagging back in to the Recoome yet because he knows that he needs to get as much health back on the Frieza. You need to try to survive on this character. Use the instant sparking. Gets it out. You can't afford to take any strikes here. Charge Ki Blast will also do you in. And the sidestep does it. Deadliest Spartan not able to make the Recoome survive long enough, and it's just gonna be Golden Frieza. 3 life bars and a dream to stay alive in this tournament. Can you keep Mexico's hopes intact?
Oh my goodness.
Ah, the ankle's broken. Instant spark might mean nothing here. Where's the revenge counter? This is gonna be so much. Kali Remy might lose the Gotenks here. Double super counter again.
The counters are so on point from Kali, then sends him down. Trying to put Golden Frieza on that last life bar, and that's exactly what he's gonna do here. More super counters, more vanishes, everything.
Faster, 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 Ridge!
Yeah, you don't got the key bar to hang with me. Kali Remy says the Deadliest Spartan. Now he's gonna be able to take control again, does get launched, but he's got so little health to work with right here. Recoome might be the one to handle business. We got the clash sequence yet again here. Who's gonna mash harder? It is once again Kali Remy putting Deadliest Spartan on the verge of death, managing to vanish and avoid the grave for a short period of time. We'll see how long he manages to thwart the Reaper. It's not gonna be for long. Grand Slash takes it. Kali Remy gonna be moving on in the losers bracket.
And staying alive in the dramatic showdown, and it is the Reaper Recoome that does it. The Ginyu Force standing strong. You've got to be stoked about that. You have, you know, clinched your chance to continue on in the bracket, and unfortunately that is another warrior falling here at the dramatic showdown. All of these competitors have so much heart, they have so much care for the game, and it really takes us to a point where you can visibly see the
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm still gonna continue to watch.
Down to the wire, and I mean, some incredible matches so far. Our bracket has
I would definitely be speaking
and,
on this stuff.
Bandai has developed some great merch for this entire event. We got the shirts on right now.
What a segue.
If you haven't already, you gotta check out our official website. It is Bandai Namco Ent.com to get your hands on all of the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour merch. We've got Sparking Zero, Dokkan, Legends, and everything you can enjoy about Dragon Ball. So get your eyes on the QR code, scan away. Got mouse pads, hoodies, and t-shirts available only until 4/14, so you don't want to miss out. It's only available in the US, and we have some more